All right. Welcome everybody to this special one-shot edition of the Temple in the Swamp. My name is Billy. I'll be your illustrious DM for the evening, and I've got a party of victims. We have Rose the Bard. We have Cedric the Ranger. We have Morbitz the Monk, and Flint the Ranger. Interesting combination. So, backstory here for you members. You were brought to this place with full knowledge of the dangers present. You were sent by your employer. You're paid a large sum of money to undertake dangerous missions, varying in their subject and locale. But this one has brought you to an old, decrepit temple out in the middle of a swamp. This swamp encompasses a large acreage. It's 30-45 square miles of swamp, abutting a small fishing village next to a very large river, which feeds the swamp. This fishing village has existed for hundreds and hundreds of years in varying shapes and forms, but even when it falls to the wayside, it is always rebuilt in one shape or another. The spot is just too good in terms of the resources available to lie dormant and unused. But you were brought here to finally put an end to the dangers present within the swamp. You're given some history by the town folk. Basically, there's legend that the temple, centuries, potentially even millennia ago, belonged to an ancient god, or not belonged, but was built in honor of an ancient god, who at the time was known as a great god of light and kindness. As the years went on, and the god's sway over the land and the people waned, they found themselves beset by troubles, and eventually a very ominous group of mages and, for lack of a better term, cultists moved in. This was centuries and centuries ago. At that point, the ancestors of the current denizens of this village, they learned quickly to avoid deep within the swamps, because at that point, at the original time when this temple was constructed, the land was a forest. It was vibrant. But as the god's effect, as the god's presence waned in this area, the river flooded and eventually caused this area to become extremely swampy, marshy, not very passable. The denizens of this village and their ancestry knew to avoid the temple, as it had been inhabited by a cult of evil, for lack of a better word, demon worshippers. It was pretty active for 50 to 100 years, but 150 years ago or so, it quieted down a lot. They stopped being kidnapped by cultists. They stopped having their goods taken by force from groups of cultists. So the past 150 years have been pretty quiet for them, up until the past 5 to 10 years, where what started as just some livestock going missing, a person, going missing, which isn't unheard of in the dangers of the swamps, which started as that, but has progressed to nightly shapes being seen on the outskirts of the village, people taken and screaming into the night, and anybody who goes after them either coming back extremely injured with tales of horrible lizard creatures, or they just don't come back at all. So you have ventured into the direction, being assured you are going to be paid a handsome sum for this by your employer. You've encountered actually a couple small bands of lizard folk, which you have dispatched easily. They haven't been any issue for adventurers like you. The numbers you've encountered have been small, and it seems like they're either scouting or they're hunting. You have come upon some lizard folk who had some disturbing remains among their possessions. Humanoid remains, small, certainly not adult-sized. So you know that these creatures are somewhat responsible for this. Having found the temple, you make your way into this flooded, sunken stonework down these stairs. The bodies of 3 lizard folk guardians sitting outside, slowly sinking into the mud. You enter and you find a large hall. Now, the first thing you notice is that the smell in here is stagnant with decades, centuries of water. The swamp water is ankle deep in some places. Some places, chunks of the floor seem to be missing. And the depth goes almost up to knees for the taller among you. For our monk friend, if you are riding on your turtle, that would keep you out of the water successfully. But aside from that, you'd be up to your midriff, most likely, chest, when getting into the deepest part of the water. Normally, you're just up to your thigh. It's like ankle deep for a human, so it's about lower thigh.
Really big?
What was that?
Let's go ahead and why don't you guys take this moment? Why don't you guys take this moment to introduce your characters? We'll start with the front of the line. You can see the kind of marching order we have here. So the front of the line is Flint. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character, Flint?
I am Flint, a hunter who was raised in the woods outside of Baldur's Gate. I guess I'll just make it Baldur's Gate, as Baldur's Gate 3 is being named. Yes, I've just been making my living. I do enjoy protecting woodland creatures at the same time. I also am out to protect humans and elves and humanoid creatures from animals and creatures in the woods that have gone wild and crazy. So I have spent my life as a hunter for wild to protect anyone I can for a price. I don't do it for free. Nothing free. I'm a half elf, Flint, as I said, and I am wearing scale mail. And of course, I don my very fancy ornate bow, which I'm very, very adept at using, with my long sword at my side.
Excellent. Traveling next, Rose, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
I am Rose. I am a bard. I use my big bosom and good looks to get money, and also other profession on the side, musical notes, and a very, very persuasive person. I get my way with anything.
What race are you?
A high elf.
All right. Going down next, Cedric. Go ahead and describe yourself.
All right. He is a high elf, but he's unusual because he has green hair. He lives in a small village in the woods, helping out the orphanage there. And he's a ranger, he's a hunter. He hunted for the whole village. There's nothing, it's just a really, really small village.
Nice. All right. We got 2 outdoors adept folks here. That's going to be handy. And last in the list is the monk. So Morbitz, go ahead and describe yourself.
Well, my name is Morbitz, and my turtle's name is Hambo. I'm a halfling monk that rides around playing my flute, helping people. Basically, I've come to a lot of fame helping a valley, essentially, where my people live. I'm a protector of the valley. That's
all right. Awesome. All right, so you stand now, having reached the bottom of this kind of sloping, mud-filled entrance. Surprisingly, it's somewhat easy to traverse. I'll have whoever wants to can make a nature check or a survival check, or you can use a perception roll as well. I'll let that be your choice. But everybody can do that.
Oh yeah, I gotta use this now because I'm not DMing.
I could do survival.
Nature is something that
I have all
am
three.
very well
I
very
will
well
do
versed.
Nice. Did anyone pick swamp for their favorite terrain, Rangers?
No,
No.
I didn't.
Y'all picked forest, didn't you? At forest and mountain, right? Fuckers. Damn it.
All right, so we got an 8 and a 10.
Mine's a perception 10. I can do all three, so.
I know damn swamp is on the list. No, I didn't pick it.
All right, Flint and
What
Morbits
did you
can go
pick?
ahead and roll as well.
Yes, I will roll.
I'll do a survival roll. That's my best. 13.
Nice.
Fair.
Alright, here's mine.
All right. All right. 17. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Okay.
I rolled twice. Not because I didn't see the window. But yes, I'll take the first one.
So as you guys kind of traverse down this, it's surprisingly clear. You're able to keep your footing. It looks like it's clear because it's been traveled. Like things have been dragged in and out of here.
Nope.
And at the top, you actually notice that a crude kind of dam has been made by just kind of piling mud up and bracing it with sticks. It's made so that you can travel down without slipping and just falling on your butt. But it's also indication that something's been through here. It's hard to see any tracks just because things have been dragged behind whatever's been walking.
Does the dam look like it was created by animals?
It looks like it was created by some sort of creature that had a level of intelligence to know that it needed to be able to pass through here without, quickly or consistently. The bracing of the sticks lets you know that it was at least an intelligent enough creature to be maybe humanoid.
Do you
And the lizard men that you encountered outside, just the very small group which you dispatched effortlessly, their bodies they indicate that this was probably a lizard man creation.
very good. That's what I was going to ask the other partner. Could it have been the lizard men? But we already know that it was.
So as you take in this entrance room here, there's first thing you see is a defaced statue towards the center of the room. Pieces are missing from the statue itself, cracked and discarded. There's a large symbol carved on the northern wall in the shape of like a spiraled vortex. It's carved quite elegantly, and it looks very old, but over which there's this kind of dry, crusty black substance. And it looks to be smeared all over the wall, kind of obscuring the vortex a little bit. There are small little totems present around this room, 2 to 3 foot tall. They're twisted and gnarled, and Flint, you can see that this is Devin. Let's see here. What's the name? 13. Okay, so Rose, Morbits, and Flint all see that these are totems made of bone. But Flint, you see specifically that these are tied together with sinew, and the size of the sinew means these creatures were relatively big. The length of the sinew, rather.
Very interesting. So, gentleman and lady, feels as though there's some big creatures afoot. From looking at how this tying was done. We best be careful.
And let's see here, more bits in flint. You see carved into a south wall, not very big, and it looks like it was kind of hastily carved with a stone of some sort. It says in common, beware, evil holds this temple. The Lord no longer shines his light upon this place.
Oh.
Whatever
A
good God protected this temple long ago.
What
and
is it
across-
written in? How is it written?
It's carved. It's
It's
carved in common, yeah.
So does this mean that the cultists have returned here?
As you look at it, it doesn't look new whatsoever. It looks like
No.
this was carved centuries ago.
So, and we know that this temple was very active with the cultists 150 years ago. So this could be most likely from that. From them.
Can I move into the room? Can I
you
go
should be able
flipping off
to,
my turtle? Yeah, I don't want to get a Ambo hurt, so I'm going to go flipping off my turtle and make a move 40 into the room. Right around there.
Do I see what he's looking at, Flint?
He goes over and looks at it, and if you're curious as to what he's looking at, you can head over there.
Yeah, I do. Because I don't think anyone knows the languages, do they?
Well, it's in common.
That one's in common. Yeah.
Okay.
Common, primordial, and halfling. Okay.
As you guys look at the statue in the center, why don't you make a religion roll or a history roll?
Okay.
Anybody who cares to
I
take a look at the
shall.
statue.
I shall. I am the jack of all trades.
Do we have to be proficient, or we can just go for
No,
it?
no. You can
go
just
for it.
go for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just use whatever the ability modifier is associated with that skill.
That's my history.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a profit.
Totally, man.
Flint, I need $500 to buy a colossal red dragon.
I got a 1. Nice.
You get nothing.
You guys are wasting your time.
Nice.
What are you going to do, Ashley? We can't hear you, Ashley.
I only have a +1 in religion.
We can try outdo us.
Nice.
Yeah, you might roll well.
You might as well give it a try. The worst thing you could do is fail.
I rolled the 1, so the bar's pretty low.
Yeah, you have no idea who this could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
He beat us all.
All right, there we go. So Flint and Cedric, you recognize kind of the iconography at the bottom of this figure's garments, its vestments, and the style of the carving. This is a temple that once belonged to Pelor, the god of the light, millennia ago.
Very interesting.
Some places still worship Pelor, but around here, Pelor isn't highly known of and highly worshipped.
This is an unknown god for me, since I am from the Forgotten Realm. No, it's true.
And then,
Pelor once was the god of this temple. Interesting. I wonder exactly what happened to his followers.
So on the opposite side of the room, you can see a hallway, kind of It's flooded, and as you look at the walls, you can see roots have kind of pushed their way through and kind of vine along, and then pushed their way back through the stonework. It's caused the stonework to be uneven, and it's definitely showing its age and exposure to the environment.
No one has taken care of this place in a very long time. The woods are reclaiming it. Or should I say the swamp? That is the swamp now.
Nature always reclaims.
Certainly does, Fred Ranger. I guess let us go down the hallway.
Right.
Is anyone else with me?
Who wants to lead that venture?
I'll be in the middle.
No.
Since we have no tank per se,
Are the
I'll be in the middle.
Okay. Flint, as you go in, you can see
I'm
the
pretty
other
fast.
room now. So as you step into the hallway, you can kind of get a view of the next room. I believe half elves have dark vision, so
Yes.
you're able to see 60
Yep.
feet in. At this point, the light that's present behind you, that's really the only light that's in the room. The light that's present from the sloping entranceway. So you're getting that kind of diffused sunlight now, and it's definitely diminished. But you're able to see a fair distance in, so 60 feet. Probably about right here. You can see that this room is extremely large.
I yell out, Japan, the rising sun.
The first thing you notice in this room is, as shown by that large circle, a massive tree grows in the center. But you can see that it doesn't look quite right from this distance. You're not sure what's wrong with it. You can see.
Am I not sure what's wrong with it? Because all I can see is the dark vision.
Because you're right on the kind of outskirts, and because of the dark vision, you're not able to differentiate the color variations so much. You're just seeing that
just see the
grayscale.
shape of the.
Yeah, you're seeing the grayscale.
I cast light on my staff.
And that extends 30 feet, isn't it?
Light fills the hallway from behind you, Flint, and
really?
spills out.
The light will definitely help. Let me move forward.
You can see with this new light kind of casting behind you, because it's behind you and it's not blinding you. It's actually assisting you to see the ground now, and it looks like it's covered in thick mosses. You can see kind of fallen branches, miscellaneous roots. You look up, and the ceiling, it looks like it's only about 60 feet up, but as it nears the center, it just opens up entirely to the sky. It looks like this tree extends out of the temple itself. And you actually noticed something similar when you were approaching the temple, but from the vantage point, it looked almost like the tree was on the other side of the temple and not in the middle of the temple itself.
Now, looking up at this, does it look like, the temple was built in this way, or did the ceiling collapse and the tree grow out of that collapsed ceiling?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, I don't have the greatest investigation.
That's okay.
It was Palor, right?
Palor.
They'd probably want the sun coming in. That's a guess.
Only a 6. I guess
you're not sure exactly, but it looks like if it collapsed, then it collapsed in a way that it's pretty clean, smooth, circular opening above you. But with the rubble on the ground, the mosses, and anything could be under this pile of mosses, so there could be chunks of stonework and such.
Sure,
But
it happened so long ago, considering how old this temple is.
How where does this tree look?
What's that?
Where does this tree look?
Well, now that you're getting a little closer to it, and the light's a little closer, you can see that this tree's actually blackened, and it's got this shiny, like oily substance slowly oozing down the outside of it, like a sap. But the tree itself, it does not look like it is. It is a healthy tree in any means. It's got deep blackened veins pushing up it, where the bark is cracked and split and fallen away.
I roll knowledge nature to
Kinda
see
sounds
what
like
kind
a
of tree it
prophet.
is, or do we know anything more about this tree?
Sure, go for it.
Kinda sounds like a
Nature would be fine.
6.
It looks like an abomination of
I mean, you've heard of a lot of trees making sap, so
Yeah.
maybe this tree just has like some sort of weird disease.
Grody.
I'll try nature.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, we're all going to try this. We as the Rangers probably have higher chance of getting it. Not too bad. I got a 16. Are you not trained in nature? You only have a 4?
I only have 4.
That's weird. Okay. Because it's one of the class skills.
Nature, is that a wisdom?
So it should be your wisdom plus
Intelligence.
It's
your
intelligence.
proficiency. Right, intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
Well,
Well,
Flint,
so
you.
I mean, yeah, I guess a +4 could be right. If she gets
So-
+3 and then +1, that would be +1.
Flint, you look at this tree, and it looks really familiar. It looks like a type of tree that you've seen before. They grow extremely large, but they do not have blackened veins, and they definitely do not leak this oily black substance. And now that you kind of look at the ground around you, you notice that the mosses, they don't actually grow right up to the tree, because the swamp water is blackened and oily at the base of the tree itself. It doesn't seem like anything's growing right at the base of the tree.
I tell everyone to back out away from where the oil and the saps are at. I light up my torch and see if the sap burns like oil.
I back up.
I'll back up, but
I'm backing up.
But
I move over
Rose, I do not believe this is a flammable liquid.
Just in case,
Right.
we don't know.
So you guys all back up, I'm
Mhm.
sure, as you kind of plunge the torch towards the substance. It sizzles. It almost extinguishes the fire a little bit, but it does not ignite.
Does it look like, in my knowledge gained from looking at it, is the tree infected with something? Or I can't. I don't.
I'd say from your nature check, you're familiar with a lot of ailments to the natural world. You know, a lot of bacteriums, a lot of spores and funguses. You've never encountered anything quite like this in the natural world.
Should I deduce if there's magic here, party members? I can cast detect magic,
Same here.
but I don't know if detect magic would tell us if it's a magic ailment.
Well, let's look around the whole room. I have a torch with me, so I'm gonna look around the room.
All right, you can see. You kind of peek around the tree a little bit, and your guys' vision allows you to see a little bit more.
What's that black smudge?
No, that was a accident when I was drawing it. But I will have you guys go ahead and first, as you're looking around the room, go ahead and make perception checks.
What? 16. Okay.
19.
Nice.
All right.
16's good too.
Okay. You guys kind of slowly make your way around the room. As you get to the far wall, you can see that there's actually an entrance, not an entranceway, but a hallway opening. That little yellow arrow indicates that it's a downwards slope, and there's actually a stairwell there. So on the opposite side, you can see that this stairwell descends, little trickles of swamp water kind of overflowing the edge of the stonework, work its way down. Rose, as you all kind of approach, or just kind of generally mill about the area in front of that stairwell, between the tree and the stairwell, Rose, you hear this creaking. It's extremely faint, but this creaking sounds almost like it has a hollow quality to it. And you look down, and just in the nick of time, you manage to see this chunk of moss slip down a crack on this planked wooden floor that you're all currently standing upon. Rose, you're able to just barely jump out of the way, but I'm going to need everybody else to make a DC 15 dexterity check.
Ooh, that's going to be rough. Although dexterity is my best skill.
Save.
Best attribute, I should say.
Oh, another one. Damn it, I'm on a roll. I have
I got
I have the mold earth spell.
Okay. What's that do?
I can target an area of loose earth. I don't know. I don't know if that would count for this. For what's on top of the stones. The mossy. Not really sure. But I can excavate it.
Let me see here.
162 in Xanathar's.
Okay, it's Xanathar's cantrip.
Yep. I took that in light and find familiar with magic initiate.
Yeah.
it won't help.
It doesn't look like it'll help in this particular
apply in this
instance.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay, just curious. Okay.
I mean,
I fumbled the roll or whatever.
I should have done a plus 7, but
Okay,
it still only gives me 10, so I still failed. I have failed my dexterity check.
Okay. So Cedric, you dive to the side, landing on your side in this mossy swamp water, but narrowly avoiding the collapsing floor as you see Morbitz and Flint kind of plunge down into the darkness. Now, as you two are falling, you see that the drop
slow falling.
As you, you're a monk. As you guys are falling,
Nice.
Morbitz, you see, because you are slow falling, that the side is just covered in mosses and vines. But as it kind of gets lower, it looks like these vines are actually growing downwards, like they're part of the root system of the tree. And it looks like in a few more seconds of falling, you're going to be past the point of these roots, and there will be nothing else for you to grab onto. You have a moment to kind of shout a warning to Flint, and you guys can each make an athletics check or an acrobatics check. I'm going to let you each take the choice.
What are you doing now? Wait
acrobatics. I yell for him to grab the roots.
I'm going to attempt an acrobatics maneuver where I throw my arms and twist my body around and try to jam my arms into the roots.
So the difficulty on this is also 15. So
there we go.
I just wait from above.
I was actually going to say that you can roll with advantage because you're slow falling as your natural monk ability, but you don't need it. You've already got that 21.
I'm good enough.
Actually, if you roll,
critical
if you roll a cumulative 25 Morbitz, I'll give you the chance to grab Flint.
Okay, I'll take it.
So you can roll
Sounds
your
like he
advantage
needs
there.
it.
I do.
It's going to be extremely difficult because you're
As I'm
falling so much
falling,
slower.
Oh, no, back to my old ways again. Sorry.
Yeah,
Back to
I'm
the
just
3.
going, Corbett!
it was a desperate attempt, but he just fell too fast for you
The
to
staff and
react to.
everything.
Even the
Oh.
staff you thrust
Yeah.
out, you tried to get him to grab it, and he just disappears into. It doesn't disappear. You can see him fall. It's.
Oh, that's not bad.
Let me just get the distance here, and I'll let you know.
I dropped the torch down, so whoever passes that route will actually have some
If
kind of
it's
light.
a certain amount of feet and hitting water, he's not. That's gonna hurt.
You fall, Flint. You fall 25 feet
Oh.
downwards and land hard on this.
Oosh.
It feels like metal, but you hear this crunching of wood when you land. So let me roll the fall damage.
Oh, first party to first person to die, hopefully.
So that's 7 from the fall itself, and then the
Oh, it's not
the
so bad.
items you landed on.
Oh.
5 from the item you landed on, which
Nice.
as you kind of take a second and look, you can see are iron spikes, blackened iron spikes that were kind of punched through these wooden beams. It looks like a wooden, like a really shittily made table that they punched wooden spikes through the bottom facing up and just put under this big pit. But you falling on it has broken it. It looks like this wood is very old, very old.
Lucky for aged wood.
So now you have a part of blackened spike just like barely cutting through the side of your thigh. It's more of a flesh wound than anything.
Oh.
But the rest of the spikes have kind of collapsed inwards now that you've taken that central point, and they're just kind of laying on you. So you're laying at the bottom of this pit,
Don't
covered
forget
in blackened spikes.
So I'm halfway down, right?
Let me go ahead and
Okay.
reveal
I'm gonna
that
quickly look
spot.
around.
Hold on a second. Let me take you and put you right where you're going to be here.
Do I see?
Okay.
No,
The
with my
sub-level.
dark vision.
What's that?
But I'm looking around, and do I see anything with my dark vision?
You look around.
Spikes.
You can see, obviously, the horrible creation that you fell upon is now just kind of lying. Again, there's water. There's water in this room, but this time the water is up to your shin. Since you've fallen 25 feet, you're actually in a lower portion now, and it's kind of like dripping. It's cumulatively dripping down the open hole above you, but it's also running down the walls and like coming in where these massive roots have punched their way along the sides of the walls.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there's a door. Here, I'll reveal it now that you're standing up.
Don't forget a torch falling from above too.
So guys, I'm halfway down and I have rope and slow fall, so it's not as dangerous for me as it is for you. So
Also,
halfway down, I can throw the rope up and like throw half of it down.
Yeah,
that may work.
your feet are coming out of the hole right now as you're falling. So if you want to go ahead and toss the rope up, you can. It's a very easy check for that. I'll say you can make an athletics or an acrobatics. That'll be your choice, and it's just a DC 10.
I am going to draw my sword and destroy any more spikes that are pointing up in the room.
Oh no. Okay, you go to toss the rope up and it just misses. It like snags itself on this kind of jutting root piece and it just falls down, and you find yourself making contact with the water, and you've now entered in definitely to your waist because the half elf is up to his shin right now.
Uh-oh. It's getting deep for me. I'm getting nervous. So I jump down?
Yeah, you've touched down after your failed attempt to cast the rope upwards. You've finished your descent. You see Flint just knocking all the rest of the debris away from the landing of this hole. And Flint, when you took a look around, you can actually see there's a sealed door at the end of the hallway. You can see set line that indicates the sealed door there.
Good.
2 chains are hanging next to the door.
Make sure to tell more bits about the door. And is the light spell is still active?
Yes.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have at least a better vision with the light.
You can see 2 chains hanging next to that,
I got the
that
light
sealed
spell.
door there. And
2 chains near the door?
Yep. And there's a metal ring attached to each chain, kind of like a pole handle. You can't really see too much from your vantage point, but you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty sketchy.
And, Rose and Cedric, you're standing at the top of this hole, looking down at your party.
How big is this hole?
Do either of you have a
I gather my rope.
The hole is approximately 20 feet by 20 feet. It's a circle. It's a circular port.
Do I see anything around that looks like a 2x4 I can put across to go to the stairway?
You can actually work your way around it.
I do that.
Yeah, if you want to, why don't you all just quickly give me an investigation check on this hole, both you guys at the bottom and you two at the top.
Alright.
And don't forget, I dropped the torch down when he was falling, so you can see some light.
Did any of you catch the torch as it was falling?
No.
I did not, because I was too busy.
And
I wanted to land on the
Going
the torch would
down.
have. I'll roll a d20. I'll say because of the amount of water, a 1 through 15 it falls in the water, but a 16 through 20 and it lands just barely on a surface.
It's on the sponging.
Oh, okay. So it lands on a surface, and you guys have a torch light down there. So you have your light spell, and there's a torch burning on the side.
I'll pick up the torch.
Okay. So it looks like Cedric, you can see by investigating this hole, and Rose, you can also see that this looks to be this looked at one time to be a circular stairwell working its way down. You kind of kick around the water with your feet, and you can feel that there used to be a barrier here that was just completely knocked down, a stone kind of railing that prevented this exact thing wandering out into the front. It looks like it was knocked down quite a long time ago. Cedric, you can determine that the planks put over this were put there probably within the past 75 years or so. It's hard to determine exactly because the water damage of it, but they certainly don't look centuries old, so you can assume that this wasn't something placed here by the cultists. It looks like let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it was once a circular stairwell that has just been obliterated and no longer serves that purpose. The stone itself, the damaged stone, actually looks like that part was obliterated a long time ago. So centuries old damage to the stone, whereas the boards were more recent.
Interesting.
Maybe this might have been a trap used by the cultists, repurposed from that stairwell, and then the lizard folks just decided to ride the coattails and use it when they moved in.
I'm going to light up another torch, work my way around to the stairwell.
Okay.
Morbits, what do you say we check out this door? Let's open it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to head towards the door.
Okay. So you two up at the top, you light up the torch and
work our way down to the
you work your way to the stairwell there. You get to the top of the stairwell and you can see the next room. The next room, the walls are covered in faded and defaced murals. Go ahead and make a perception check.
This is bullshit. We need to get back up there with them. This door's sketchy.
Oh, yes, it is. Very sketchy.
Well,
Okay. Cedric, are you looking as well?
Yeah, that's
All right. Rose, you can see that the murals that appears like they once showed the passing of the seasons. But
Where's this mural at?
they're on all four walls.
Mm.
Only broken by the entrance, the stairwell that you just came down, and across the room you can see a small corridor that leads out. But the murals, they depict the four seasons. Each wall is dedicated to a season, but there's a very present sun in the sky over each season. They've been overlaid with this kind of black, crusty drawing, which looks to be very, very old, because it's almost like it's seared itself into the stone. Like it's not actually on top of the stone anymore. Like it's become part of it.
I'm gonna investigate it.
As you look at it and as you kind of really investigate towards it, you can see that the images that have been scrawled in this substance are of humanoid forms being tortured by demonic figures. Okay. Yeah, you're not quite sure what this is or what could have done it. All you know is that it's not something that's present on top of the stone anymore. You kind of take like a dagger and scrape it, and nothing comes off. It's still that blackened stain on the stone. But you see these humanoid forms being tortured by demonic figures, and it looks like more recently, kind of primitive symbols and pictograms have been crudely carved over like everything. It looks like the lizard folk may have had their fun here.
Okay.
So down at the bottom of the pit, you guys are standing at a sealed door, and you see two chains. And now that you're a little bit closer, you can see that the circles attached to the chains, one is very different than the other. There's one shaped as this kind of serpent with vicious fangs, and the other is a wreath of vines. As you look at it, why don't you go ahead and make a investigation check?
Pick the right door. I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta use the restroom.
Okay.
Nice!
Oh, okay.
Investigate the shit out of those chains.
Why don't you roll on 2, Flint? See if we get double 20s here.
You got investigation?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Look at that!
Nice,
Double 20s.
nice.
Okay.
We know everything about those chains.
So you guys are looking at this,
awesome.
and you're taking in you're taking in what's in front of you, but you're also recalling all the information you guys have kind of discovered and shared amongst yourselves since you've entered this place, and you're remembering what the townsfolk have told you. You're looking at these chains, and you remember that this temple once belonged to Palor, millennia ago. Whereas centuries ago, it was repurposed by a cult of demonic worshippers. The architecture in this place, the frame of the doorway, the arch, it's millennia old. But the door itself, it's younger. You can tell, and the architecture, the design, the properties of it was made by a different hand. It looks like this door and these wreaths, or these chains with the wreath and the serpent, they were added to this within the last centuries. With your double natural 20s, you can figure that this room, as you kind of investigate around and taking into account the information of your landing in here, you know that this trap was actually originally purposed by hundreds of years ago, centuries ago, by the cultists. This wasn't something that the lizardmen would have come up with, but they definitely said, "Hey, we might as well keep using it this way." They probably lost some of their own when they first found this temple to this pit. So, looking at those two things, you can guess that that anybody that would fall in here, the cultists would probably want them to pull the chain, which they thought would lead to safety.
It's a trap.
Which
so you
would
have
be the
you have
leaf one.
you have a wreath of leaves, and you have a serpent with fangs.
The serpent. Pull the serpent.
I'm with him. Let's pull the serpent.
You pull the serpent chain, and the door slides to the side with a kind of grating, decades of unuse movement, and kind of like dirt piles up on the side a little bit, and it doesn't get all the way open. It leaves just enough passage for you to get through.
Just enough for you.
Now, your decision, as you are now staring into this corridor, which opens up into just a massive room. Where you are right now, you cannot see what's in that room. But at this point, if you were to shout, you would be just... If you were to shout at this point, you would be just at that edge of audible level for the rest of your party.
Uh-oh. So they can't hear us anymore? Or
No, they can. You're still just within range, but as you guys progress in opposite directions, just be aware that this may be a short night.
We split the party. So it's the one rule in D&D. Don't split the party.
Well, why don't you... Which way should we go? You guys want to jump down? Or you want to hoist us up?
Yeah, you would each have ropes. You're all a seasoned unit that's ventured together.
How deep is this hole, anyways?
It's about 25 feet.
I have a 25 feet rope, so I found somewhere to anchor it or tie it around. That is heavy.
The tree.
It won't. That's that's not going to be long enough.
As you guys kind of congregate.
Does the other ranger have a rope? You could tie them together.
Ashley is.
She would.
Yeah, I think she would. Ashley, do you have a rope?
It's standard fare for the adventurer's kit, the explorer's kit. Pretty much every kit, I think, has a rope.
I took an explorer's pack.
You also have a rope.
But as Morbitz and as Flint congregate at the bottom of the pit here, you both, like, simultaneously, because of your natural 20s. Flint just slightly before Morbitz. You feel this, like, hard but not immovable, this just hard object in the water as you kick, and it kind of floats forward and bobs, and you can see this little glass vial pop to the surface right at your feet, and then kind of bob underneath with the stirred up muck and grossness in here.
What? I'm gonna grab it with my hand.
Okay, you reach in, you're able to easily grab it, and you pull out this kind of it's a vial. It's a small vial, and it's got a milky liquid in it. It looks like
drink it.
As you pull it up, it's got some ancient decomposed fabric attached to it, like it was part of a pouch or something like that. But that just like completely pulls apart as you take it, and you're now holding this vial of
if there's a body under here that it belongs to.
There used to be. You gonna dig around in that filthy muck for how long?
I don't see what purpose it would serve us, so let's just try to figure out what's in this vial.
I take Ashley's rope, tie it up, and anchor it around the tree and throw it down. That should be 50 feet. That should be more than enough.
Yeah. You're able to kind of pivot it around the tree a little bit. You're not able to get all the way around, but you're able to pivot it and drop it down 25 feet, and that just kind of disperses the weight just enough that if you guys wanted to climb up, you could do it probably one at a time.
Nice. I'm pretty light, so.
But I assume Cedric kind of gives you a hand in holding the rope as well.
To his turtle, anyways.
I left him behind.
I don't
want to bring him down.
The turtle's kind of sitting. It's sitting, looking its head down the hole. Because of your kind of mystical connection to it, it knows that you're fine, and it's not freaking out. It's just watching, waiting.
Nice.
So you cast the rope down. Whoever wants to climb first, please make an athletics check. And I'll say, since you two are at the top, you guys can kind of also make an athletics check with advantage, the two of you up top, because you're both helping and you're just holding the rope.
Athletics check, which is...
Yep. Whoever's going to climb the rope first. Which one of you wants to climb the rope first?
I'll go up first.
Okay.
All right. Morbits, make an athletics check. And then Rose and Cedric, they'll need athletics checks with advantage. Now, the DC for you Morbits, is going to be 12.
All right.
And the DC for you two up top, Rose and Cedric, is going to be 10.
10 plus my acrobatics?
Athletics. Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
don't have athletics.
I got a
That's
17.
right?
It's not it doesn't have to be proficient. It's just athletics
It's
check.
strength.
Whatever your strength check is.
I got 30. I don't think we need Ashley for that.
Nice. You are
So
athletic.
For
I
athletics,
give a plus 12.
Uh-huh.
Is that athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Really?
That's the
got
one you
plus
told me to
12 in
roll.
You should have...
How do you have 12 in athletics? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Plus 10 you gave me the advantage I have.
No, I didn't give you plus 10. I said the DC to beat was 10.
Oh, okay, then it'd be 20.
Yeah, so you'd still beat that. All right, and then
You win either way.
Yeah.
You win.
you get advantage on that, Cedric.
All right, I'm going to make my athletics check, which is a plus 3. 21. I
Nice.
actually made a check.
All right, I just need Cedric to roll that again, because for the advantage, you just need to get over a 10, and nothing bad will happen to anybody.
Advantage, is that like an additional +1 to it or something?
You just roll again. Advantage, you just roll 2 dice and
Advantage,
take
you
the
just
highest of
roll
the
the
two.
same thing over again. And you
So
take the highest roll.
There you go. Okay,
And
everybody's
she got a natural.
everybody
one.
crests the
Awesome.
top and are reunited. You're able to all now see this mural room that I described earlier. The 4 seasons, the sun prevalent,
I'm gonna
the
show.
horrific tortured images with this blackened ichor, which if anybody else wants to take a look at it, feel free to do an investigation check.
Fiends are one of my favored enemies.
Nice.
I look at the pictures in absolute and utter disdain and disgust. And I show everyone the vial of milky liquid that I found.
I take a
in
look
that
at.
pit.
I will.
I got 4. That's my investigation for the room, the 14.
Okay.
Looking at the murals.
I don't have knowledge arcana, so. Can I roll medicine for that vial?
For the vial,
Mm-hmm.
if you just want to take a little bit of time with it, you can do medicine or arcana, whichever one you want, whichever of those two that you want.
19.
Okay, you taste the vial, and you recognize the base components. It's got some sort of enchantment that you're not entirely familiar with, but you recognize the base components as something that's commonly used in like a restorative potion or like a cure paralysis, cure
That's a
blindness, cure
restoration, I'm
petrify,
guessing?
or something like that.
Nice.
That's a restoration, I'm guessing.
You're not exactly sure because the magic is what really pinpoints the effect, but you know the substrate that it's the medium that it's been mixed with is typically used for that class of item.
Okay, I hand that back to the ranger and I tell them my guess is.
So you guess it's some sort of
Lesser restoration, but not entirely
Some
sure.
all right.
Okay.
I guess we
If
will
you're blinded
find out.
and gonna die, swig it.
I like it.
Um,
If you're gonna die, drink it.
so and you two, Morbitz and Rose, you also, as you're kind of looking around, actually, Morbitz and Rose, you both see signs of wizard folk activity. Like, it seems like it's more prevalent and more defined than in the previous rooms. But Rose, you can see just in the corner, like this area that's been scratched up, and you go over and you poke around just a little bit, and you can see this small dung pile, and you recognize this. You recognize this creature, and
Don't taste it.
It's got bone in there, and based on the diet and based on the locale and the size of the scratches, you think there's a basilisk nearby, or more than one basilisk.
Oh, that is not good.
But you see this hallway exiting out of the room here. And as you just peer down it, it's just a straight hallway, and it turns right at the end, a 90-degree right turn.
Not going first.
Not it.
I got the light. Come on.
Okay, what's your marching order? We got more bits leading up.
I will go first again, as I'm probably. What, Cedric? What are you wearing for armor?
A chain shirt.
Oh, so your armor is about the same as mine. So you should definitely be behind me or in front of me. Where are you right now in the order?
It goes you, the monk, then me, then the bard.
Well, you should probably be in front of the monk. Well, unless the monk needs to be up front for melee attacks. I guess
I don't need to be.
I guess this is good enough.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Well, as you get to the end, you can see the hallway turns to the south, and then immediately turns back to the east.
And nothing different in the material of the passageway as we move.
No. This passageway seems to be untouched from its original construction, aside from just the water that's kind of sloshing around. It's not. It seems like it hasn't passed into this hallway as much, so it's not quite as deep. But I mean, this entire place is just moss and mud and slime. You see a T intersection heading to the north and to the south.
Well, party, we have a decision to make.
And then as you stand there and look, you can see that to the south it opens up into a room, and to the north you have another T intersection.
Well, take a peek in the room for sure, right?
Yeah, let's check the room.
I'm pretty fast.
Okay,
the room is down here, right?
Yeah, the room's to the south, and the T intersection is the one to the north.
Yep, I'm just gonna take a peek. I'm pretty fast. I got that monk speed.
Okay.
So
you peek around the corner.
I'm a speedy little halfling.
And you can see to the left, it's a dead end. Doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
To the right, you can see it travels and then opens up to the south. And it looks like it's wider than just a hallway.
Yep. Can I catch back up?
Yeah, you're still right next to Rose and Cedric.
Yeah, I'll just get back. I just wanted to take a peek, is all.
Yep.
As we were kind of
so Flint, as you hit into this room, you can see it opens up.
Oh yeah.
And it's extremely wide. The light kind of reaches to the edge of that, but then I guess with your I don't know if your dark vision, but it would help. It would actually cast enough light for you to be able to see.
I have the light spell.
Majority of this room here, just like that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so this room is quite large, and the smell of rot and decay, death is just, it's stagnant and it hangs heavy in the air here. Recent humanoid remains can be seen kind of
Recent.
just scattered around a little bit. It looks like they're skeletons with some like tendons and ligaments present. You can see on the south wall of this room, there's a stairwell in the southwest wall of this room. There's a stairwell which leads down. Again, this time there's not water everywhere in this room. There's actually puddles of water that are present. The ground is uneven. It looks like the earth, the soil has shifted. Perhaps roots have caused it to bulge. But the ground is now uneven all over the place. What's that?
I don't know if that's better or worse. I can't tell.
Yeah. To the south, or on the eastern wall, to the very south of the eastern wall, there's a sloping. There's kind of a landing, and you can see it kind of goes downwards a little bit. Yeah, like that.
What is the what's the degree of the slope?
You can't tell from up here.
Okay.
So you've got let's see here, 2, 4. You've got a 15 foot by 10 foot like flat landing right at the top there. And then it slopes at that point, pretty much right where that yellow line starts. It slopes, but you can't see very well from your angle what the slope is.
Well, I go investigate and look around the big room.
I mean, you're just gonna walk in?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Come on, adventurer, get in there. I'll be behind you. Don't worry.
21.
All right. You investigate the room. What are you investigating specifically?
Basically, what this room was for. If I see anything that's out of place.
Okay. It's hard to determine what this room was originally for. It looks like there are kind of some stone benches that are present, but they're broken or lying on the floor, or they're kind of pushed up against the wall, cluttered with old decomposing like wooden casks. It looks like a chunk of rotting meat sitting there.
You said wooden cast?
Decomposing wooden casks, yeah. So they don't hold anything anymore. These things are just like remnants, skeletal remains of items that have just been ravaged by this moist, decrepit area.
Well, I think this is where they put the funeral, because caskets.
No, not caskets, but casks, like kegs, like large barrels.
So I'm guessing community room.
But you can also see that there's a lot of remains in this room. Like off in the corners, there's just piles of skeletal bodies. The top layer seems to be fresh, but as you get down to the bottom, it's just like it becomes kind of a blackened ooze. It looks like they just whatever the lizard folk denizens here just cast their leftovers into this area because it's a very large room. And it's all pushed off to the corners.
I'm guessing if there is a lot of body that the lizard folks are casting, and you guys found a depiction of a basilisk around, I'm guessing there's going to be a basilisk around here, probably his feeding ground.
So is he working with the lizard men or against them? The creature. Do you know if they're friends?
No, I think it's just like one of those security measures, I believe.
We'll have to rely on your expertise.
Let's quickly take a break because I need to go check on my son, and my wife called me like an hour ago, but I apparently missed the call. So
no problem.
I'm just gonna follow up with that. But let's take a 10-minute break, refresh ourselves, bathroom, drinks, and then we'll meet back here.
No problem.
Sounds good.
All right.
Ready.
It's recording now.
All right. So again, you are now in this room filled with corpses. You have a staircase to the southeast, and looks to be a landing and a ramp to the west southwest. I'm sorry, reverse those. Ramp is to the southeast, and the stairwell to the southwest.
Well, now, which direction shall we go?
I don't know. Want to spin the bottle?
Yeah, let's spend
Is
the
it the
bottle.
slope right here?
Yes,
With
that is
yellow
the slope.
line?
The stairs sound easier.
Yes, they do. I am with Mortis.
Okay, if you go
Morbus.
and take a look
I'm
down the
sorry,
stairs, the stairs look like
sorry to bring up your name.
they're Morbits. As Morbits goes and looks down the stairs, you can see that they're pretty steep. They don't travel very far. They travel right down there, and then they open up into a large room. But they are very steep. It looks like if you're going to climb down these, you'll need to give me either I'd say an acrobatics check to maintain balance on the slick surface at the pitch it is.
Can I just monk jump my way down?
Yeah. If you want to do that,
Try and
I'd say you can give me an athletics or an acrobatics check with advantage to try to do the monk, because you have that kind of slow fall technique.
I gave you
Yep.
a boost by kicking you.
That sounds good.
I got 30.
Acrobatics, right?
There we go.
There we go.
Acrobatics, right?
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'll go first since it's unlikely that the fall will hurt me.
Okay. You watch as Morbits kind of leaps out and does like a shinobi side flip and lands at the bottom, 3-point style.
Oh yeah.
There. The rest of you, let's see here. Flint, you're able to get down the stairwell. You reach one point where you nearly slip, but your other foot was positioned with all the weight bearing on it. So you did not yet put all the weight on the slipping foot, and you saved yourself a fall. However, Rose and Cedric, you tumble down the stairs, taking 1 point of damage each.
Okay.
At the bottom of the stairs, you can see this room is it does have a light to it. It's very, very faint, but it allows you to see the entirety. And as you look around, you can see a number of lizard folk positioned in kind of this ritualistic manner around this bed of coals, this long, this long 5 foot wide bed of coals that runs between them all. As Morbits lands 3-point, and then immediately behind him stumbles down, landing splayed on the ground, Rose and Cedric, they shift their attention towards you, and we are all going to roll initiative.
Initiative it is.
Roll initiative.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go cast. I'll let them know. I'm gonna cast Fireball. I think I'm gonna go first.
Oh, sometimes on one's good.
19, 20, 16, 4. So I guess I go second.
Oh, look at that. Cool.
So goes first.
Hold on a second. Just looking at where I have them on the initiative order. Okay, our initiative is going to be Rose,
I am going to cast Fireball in the middle of that burning coal.
Nice.
Getting majority of them.
Okay, so let's see here. 5, 10. Let's see here.
Pardon.
Right here. If you can see it.
That central spot right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one to the right. Yeah.
Let me see here. Gotta find that line.
They all died. We had to kill two lizard folks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be able to get
Yeah.
that guy. Those two there. That guy there. Okay, so basically you'll be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
Yeah, and 2 will be surviving.
Yeah, so everybody there, and then you have the 2 on the ends and the 1 on the very far end.
And they need to
okay, what
make
is your
a
DC?
14 reflex, 14 dexterity check.
Maybe we should have just
14?
seen how strong they
Yeah.
were before you wasted a fireball.
14? Okay, let's take a look here.
I'm just saying, we should have maybe evaluated how strong they were.
Well,
He's evaluating that right now.
Time is added essence.
Time is
Okay, ooh, they have a +0 to their dex, so let's see
Oh,
how this
yeah.
works for them. So I'm gonna roll in groups of 2, so I'm gonna roll 4 times. 20. So what was it? 14 you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's for the first 2. Oh, they fail. Here's for the next 2. They fail. Next 2. Oh, okay. They all fail their saving throw. So 32 points of damage.
For them all or no?
Nice.
Okay. You see. Let me see here.
They see me as their new goddess.
No, they are all killed. There we go.
Yep. Get the scraps, boys. Get the scraps.
right, but now we're down one of the most powerful spells you have.
No, I have 2 more of those. I
See if I
believe.
can do this all at once.
I can cast it how many times? Let me look at my hero lab.
Okay, next on the initiative
I can cast it 2 more times.
is Flint.
Flint would like to know which ones are still alive.
I'm adding some X's to them right now.
Nice. Oh. Oh.
Ouch. Ooh.
2 of them should be panicking and trying to run.
If they're, well, there's no morale in this edition.
Okay, so Flint, you see a fireball engulf that central coal area. Coals are thrown everywhere. The areas on the sides of the room, which have like a swampy sludge around them, the coals scatter and it starts filling the air with this like acrid steam that's being put off, this like black smoke and steam from this sludgy pyre. What would you like to do? You see 2 lizard men standing at the coals and a 3rd lizard man just on the outside of kind of that lighting on the very far end of the hall.
I'm going to ready my bow and use multi-attack and fire upon this one.
Okay.
My bow.
Go ahead and make your attack
My bonus to hit is
with your fancy bow.
my dexterity. My proficiency bonus, that's 8. Plus my archer ability, that is 2. Plus the bow being +1. That is 11. I am quite the shot for an 8th level. Attack 1. Attack 2.
Okay, first attack hits. Second attack does not. But go ahead and roll damage for that first hit.
I forget. How do damage bonuses work on ranged weapons?
It's the standard bonus, so it would be your dex.
So it would be my dex. Okay.
Yeah, it would be your dex bonus, but not your proficiency. Your proficiency is only
Right. I
added
know that. I just remember if.
But the weapon you have would give you, it's a +1 weapon, so +1 to attack and +1 to damage.
Right.
So don't forget to add that.
Damage.
You said we all had that, right?
Yeah, everybody's got
A +1 weapon. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
10 points of damage.
Okay, 10 points of damage. So as body parts kind of explode out from this central area, the smoke just billows past these two. This lizard folk looks like he was looking towards you guys and then over to the side that suddenly exploded. He looks back in horror as you sink an arrow into his chest. It catches him right below the clavicle, up on his shoulder, and it spins him around slightly, but he's still on his feet. Your other shot, as he spins, it just goes slightly wide. It just barely misses him because the first shot was so powerful it knocked him off balance. Okay. So next we have more bits.
More bits. If no one's too, yeah, I think we're. I'm just gonna step up like this and point the staff towards this one over on the far left there, right in front of me, 15 feet, and start shooting out my.
The one that just got plunked by that arrow.
Yep. I'm gonna start unloading my sun bolts on them.
Okay.
My animated bolts there. All right.
So is that from like a crossbow you have? Is that
No,
the
Sun Soul monk can shoot the they
so
can
like
shoot the
key
little
blasts?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
The little fireballs, the little
wonderful.
Hadouken things.
How many
Compared to my fireballs.
They're basically, they make my my martial arts, any of my unarmed attacks I can use as those instead. They basically give me a 30-foot. I can shoot out those 30-foot radiant bolts as attack, or when I flurry, they can be flurries as well.
Oh boy. Okay. Go for
You yell, Hadouken!
it. You step up.
Yeah,
you
exactly. I gotta say it.
What
Yeah.
color is your key?
Oh, they're radiant. Oh, it's a white.
White?
It's
All
like
right,
a greenish white. Yeah, I got a little turtle mixed in there, so a little earthy, but yeah, it's radiant.
So you plant your feet.
Let me just
his
see,
arms
+7.
below white, and you strike out with your attack. That hits.
Yeah. Now you can move in between attacks in this system, right? Yeah.
Yes, as long as
stuff.
it's within your movement speed cumulatively, then yes.
Yep. All right. Then I'm gonna do I'm gonna roll the damage there.
See what happens with that one.
D6 plus 4. Yeah, exactly. All right, so the first one does 9 points to him, hits and does 9 points.
Okay.
The second one, that looks like a hit too.
Yep, that is a hit.
And does 8 points.
Okay, your first key blast strikes out, and it catches him square in the stomach and causes it to kind of keel over. Now it's got an arrow sticking out of its upper chest portion, and it's got this smoking area in its stomach where the scales are sizzling. It grasps at its stomach and kind of looks up at you as it's hit square in the face with your next key blast.
The second one,
it peels away like its eyes, and they kind of like burn away Raiders style, and it just kind of melts his face a little bit.
Nice.
He collapses to the ground in like a smoking heap.
All right, I keep going. I move 5. I can move 40 feet, so I can move. That's 10.
8 squares.
15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Let's see. Now they reach 30 feet. Which one's the measure tool? I might I have one more attack that I can shoot at that one there.
There's that toolbar with a circle, kind of a ruler sticking out of it.
Gotcha.
You're about 20 feet away from that.
Yeah, you got that one definitely.
20 feet. All right, then I will.
No problem.
Then I'll raise the staff again and give it another blast using my bonus action.
Okay, that hits.
That's an 18. Nice. And there's 6 points to that one.
Okay.
I do my little monkey halfling spin moves
All right.
as I work my way across.
The keys firing from your swinging staff flute actually parts the smoke and the mist, and like little
Nice.
bits and pieces of the lizardmen that exploded are still kind of raining down because all this is happening within like a 6-second period of time. So it just like parts, and actually little pieces that find themselves in the path of your key get vaporized as it strikes this creature. It looks like it definitely injured it, but it's still on its feet.
Yep. That's what my allies are for. All right, that's it for me. Unless there's a
That's your turn. All right.
reaction coming my way. Yeah.
So at this point, the slightly larger lizard man towards the far end of the hall looks at all of you, quickly assesses the situation, and he is going to first rush
Surrender.
this way. He has a move of 30, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to move right over there. And he is going to cast Conjure Animals, and he's going to conjure 6 giant poisonous snakes, which are giant for snakes, and they're medium-sized creatures.
Okay.
You mean venomous?
Yes, well, venomous snakes. That is correct. And they just randomly plop down.
Nope. Now, this, do I think my mold earth would be able to use on the hot coals in the middle?
Yeah, I think you could definitely manipulate earth around it, or even the coals themselves, the earth under the coals.
Hot coals themselves.
Depending on what you want to do, I'd say you could either do it outright, or there'd be a check of some sort, depending on the scale of what you want to do.
Okay.
So
it's not my turn, but yeah.
That's going to be his turn.
Yeah.
At the end of his turn, he looks over towards the other lizard man, who's currently the lone survivor of the smaller folk, and he's going to hiss in do any of you know Draconic as a language?
No.
I know. I think I know Draconic.
I know Draconic.
Okay, you hear him say, "Deal with them, I must warn the others."
Uh-oh.
And the other one looks entirely unsure. I mean, these snakes just appeared, but literally every one of his, we assume these things have friends. Every one of his friends was just incinerated. So he is going to roll. I'm going to roll a d20. If he gets a 1 through 10, he is going to try to flee. If he gets an 11 through 20, he is going to be more afraid of the person who just gave the order to him.
That last lizard man. Yep.
Yeah. No, he just, it's like he doesn't even hear the lizard, and he just takes off. Let me see here. 5, 10,
See ya.
20, 25, 30.
Nope.
So yeah, he's going to take off. He runs by the larger lizard man and takes off into the darkened hallway there.
Oh. It'd be nice if we could stop them from warning.
Cedric, it is your turn.
Alright. Move here. And then I'm gonna swing my long sword at it.
Alright, make your attack.
And I
You are Cedric. If I'm not mistaken, I was told is a 2-weapon
Yeah.
ranger.
Nice.
So I don't think
Okay.
that's the correct attack. You have to give your whole attack.
Well, that's the first strike, so the first strike does not hit. But you still have your offhand strike, your secondary weapon strike,
I'm looking it up.
which, because you're 2-weapon fighter, is the same. It also adds your bonus.
And here's
Okay, and that one hits. So go ahead and roll your damage as you strike out at the snake that just apparated in front of you, seemingly popping out of like this kind of muddy, not even muddy anymore because it's so close to the fire pit, but this cracked soil on the ground. Okay. All right, you cut into it. You actually sever a section of its tail, but it looks like it's still alive. It
Well,
turns towards you and hisses.
I think so. Longsword is a D8, and
I'm
think
using both hands.
no. So you're using 2 weapons. So you can't use both hands because you're using 2-weapon style. So
Maybe it's a 2-hand weapon, like a single weapon style.
You should have 1 sword in each hand. How the character is
I don't know what subtype of ranger are you?
He's
Yeah.
a hunter.
Cedric.
It's confusing.
Hunter, two-handed weapon, two-weapon weapon fighting.
2-handed weapon.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Two-handed
yeah,
weapon.
that's
She's using a great sword right now.
So it would be
I have
you
a
get
long sword. I have
you
a
get
great sword.
multi attack.
She has multi.
We don't have
2 attacks.
At 5th level, yeah.
get till
Okay.
like 11th level though.
Yeah, no. She can use 2 attacks.
5th level,
weapon.
ranger, 2
Yeah.
attacks.
Oh
You
right.
get 2 attacks at that level.
Oh,
I
she's
can
She gets
re-roll
3
it.
attacks.
Re-roll it.
What
Okay,
weapon
so-
are
so
you
you-
using, Ashley?
You're using the great sword, the 2-handed
Long
great sword.
sword. I have a long sword. I have a long sword. And I have a great sword.
I see. She only has 1 long sword.
2-weapon
Okay.
fighting. When engaged in 2-weapon
Use 2
fighting,
short swords.
She doesn't
You
have
can add,
short sword unless you guys give it to her. She has 1 long sword, 1 longbow, 1 great sword.
so she would have to have 1 weapon in each hand. Is how 2 weapons.
Yeah,
So-
but that's up top, but she did not get the weapon. She didn't get another weapon for her hand.
We had to rescue her from the prison in the last adventure, if you guys remember. So she doesn't have her normal weapons with her.
No, you would have been fully equipped. So you would have had
All
a
right.
secondary longsword or short
Yeah.
sword, whatever you would have had in your offhand there. I think the short sword. So for that then, we'll go ahead. We'll let the damage fly because it wasn't exorbitant. But we'll let's see here. You got 1 miss. You had 1 hit. And you're really only striking with 1 weapon, or would you be striking with 2 weapons?
This one.
Just 1? Okay, so that's your turn. Would you care to move at all?
Didn't she already move?
Yeah, I already moved.
You still had more movement if you wanted, but
I'll move
that's
back
fine.
one.
To stay right there. Just be aware that you would incur attack of opportunity if you moved away from the creature. You could move around it while staying within its range, but if you stepped away from it, it would attack. Okay, so now the creatures are going to attack. One's going to make a bite towards Cedric. What's your AC? Does a 19 hit you?
Oh, poor halfling. Bye-bye.
Cedric?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds awesome.
Does that hit you? 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Then damage shouldn't be too bad. You get hit for 6 points of damage, 6 points of piercing damage. And then I'm going to have you make a Constitution saving throw for me. The DC is 12.
And that's like my worst one.
Okay. You feel this venom inject itself via the fangs, but your body manages miraculously through mystical and just physical means to push and negate the overall effect. You kind of push through it. The snake here is going to move up and take an attack towards Morbit.
17.
5 to hit, so that'll be 5 points of piercing damage, and please make a DC 12 Constitution save for me.
Con save? Oh yeah, not bad, not bad.
You feel this poison seep into your veins, but you don't feel any effect from it. Venom, rather. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Watch out, it's poison, guys.
That one's going to move up there. This guy's going to move over here. This guy's going to move in an attempt to get close. So one more is going to take an attack towards Morbits.
Hey.
Does not hit. It actually makes contact, but it doesn't manage to actually catch. You just deftly, nimbly roll out of the way, and you feel its presence along the side of your skin. The other one's going to make another attack towards Cedric. 24. So that will do. Let me see here. 5 points of piercing damage to you, Cedric, and make another Constitution saving throw, DC 12, please.
Are you happy I cast Fireball? You'll have to deal with 8 more of those lizard folks plus the snake.
In hindsight, it was probably a good idea.
Yeah, you just busted in on some sort of ceremony these guys were having.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be using my first ability, what this character does.
So I just need that DC 12 con save, Cedric. After you take that 5 points of piercing there. But after that save is rolled, it's going to be top of the order. So Rose.
I move.
Actually, the snake is going to use its action to move up. It's not going to be able to attack, but it's going to encircle Cedric.
Okay, I am moving right here. I'm 30 feet away from that big lizard.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Charm Person using the gesture point off of my whip. What's this DC save off my whip?
It's your spell DC.
Okay, it'll be 14 Wisdom. And I'm going to charm and says, please, we just want to talk, please, and disengage your animal companion.
Okay, he has a 2 to his Wisdom, so let's see if he beats 14. Oh, he does not. You see his eyes kind of shimmer just slightly, and his tense stance slackens just a little bit. He kind of... It looks like it had an effect. We'll see what happens on his turn.
Okay.
Would you like... you already moved.
I already moved. Tell everyone I'm charming him, and don't do anything aggressive action.
Okay, Flint, you're up.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my turn.
Flint, you are up.
I am going to use my...
Please don't. I'm charming the big thing.
I'm attacking the snakes.
Oh god.
I am going to do 2 attacks on this one with my bow. Then I'm going to use my ranger ability known as Break the Horde, or Horde Breaker, where I may then attack another target that is in 5 feet of that one using the same weapon. So I will hit that one. First 2 attacks. 1,
Okay.
2.
That hits. Oh. Okay, there we go. 2 hits right there.
And then my third one on the second one.
Okay. That's a hit as well. So those first strikes you made, which ones were they on?
This right in front of me.
Okay, so 2 strikes on that one, and the third strike was off to the side there. Okay, perfect. Roll me up the damage for that first snake, the right snake, and then roll me up the damage for that left snake.
All right. So here is the damage for snake 1. Bam. That's both attacks.
Oh!
Oh
nice
no!
hit.
You're joking.
I'm looking at it right now.
God.
It's a good thing you had that +6 per attack.
Yeah. Because attacks and the +1.
Okay, well, you quickly fire 2 arrows at it and just pin it to the floor. It writhes around a little bit, but it is out of commission. It is
Okay.
done.
And this is the third attack.
Okay. It's close to what the other 2 were. Again, this time with just a single arrow, and Cedric, it flies like right next to you. It just pins it to the floor.
And that is all thanks to Horde Breaker
More bits.
ability.
You were up.
Horde Breaker.
Yeah. Let's see.
Should I move?
Oh, if you would like to use your movement, please do. But more bits. You're up.
I'm going to. I think I'm just going to attack the ones in front of me. I'll attack the one on the left first.
I'm going to
Okay.
move right there.
All right, standing among the corpses.
I'll attack the one on the right first. Excuse me.
Okay, so the eastern snake. Go ahead and attack.
So that's a +8 actually. Oh yeah, that looks like a hit.
That is a hit.
Let's check. D8 +5. All right, I do 7 points on the first hit. Looks like a hit too.
Okay.
And
all right,
8 points on the second hit.
That snake is severed by 2 quick strikes.
The one on the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah, no worries. And then I get 1 more attack. I could shoot my my ball at that one. The bonus action there. 20. Oh, sorry. I have to re-roll that. I rolled. The quarterstaff is +1. So I rolled a 7 for that one. Is that a miss on the third attack?
That does not hit.
All right. Oh, yeah, third attack's a miss. All right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything else. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So this lizard standing before you, he's not standing aggressively whatsoever, and he says in Draconic to whoever can understand Draconic.
Yep, I do.
Nope.
He says, "Stand down, my beasts."
Okay, and I told my party, he is charmed. Don't attack the snakes anymore. They're not gonna attack you. So I'm gonna get closer to it. Do I see that small lizard folk away from the hall? Gone from the hall?
You look through the hall, and you see. You can't see much, but you currently see a basilisk charging
Whoa!
up towards you.
I asked the lizard folk, can you stop the basilisk from coming towards us or doing any harm to us?
There you go. Yeah, go stand in the. Have him go stand in the doorway.
He nods, and he kind of jogs over, and enters into the other room.
Okay.
And you can hear him just kind of conversing in there in muffled tones.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your movement speed? Because we're in initiative still.
Oh, sorry. That was here. So 1, 2, 3. Unless the coal's all burnt out.
No, the coals are majoritively scattered, but the area is still extremely hot where the coals had been sitting on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you could probably just jump over it. It's only 5 feet.
Yeah,
so.
either way, I'll be right there. That's 30 feet.
Okay. All right.
It's like
it's. I'm sorry. It's actually not even your turn yet. So you would still be back where you were initially. But
I thought
if you wanted to tell him, if you wanted to tell him to go through and try to negotiate or try to cease any hostilities, he'd gladly do that when he goes into the other room.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hopefully, no one kills anything.
Cedric, it's now your turn.
We're not fighting anymore.
Yeah. Hold down. We'll say it was a freak accident.
You can hold off. You can move. You can maintain aggression. It's up to you.
Yeah, maintain aggression against a snake. That's a great idea.
I think I'll hold off.
How long is the charm spell going to last? Because the second that charm spell stops, those snakes are coming right after us again.
Yeah, but if you keep killing it, you know.
How long is the charm spell going to last?
1 hour.
Alright, so I guess that is a significant amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work on the basilisk, though, right?
No, it has to be humanoid. Basilisk is not humanoid.
Well, I can animal friendship these snakes.
Nice.
I think they're a spell, so
might be magical. Yeah.
Oh darn it! They're a summon, right?
Yeah.
Oh darn it!
Doesn't hurt to try.
So he's gonna pull out. So is it my turn now? I don't think the snake's going to do anything.
If Cedric's not going to do anything,
the
giant snakes, they're going to just sit and kind of stare at you.
Animal friendship probably would not work if you're not intelligent enough.
At this point, it would be your turn, Rose. So you can move back down if you'd like.
No, I take that back.
So I look down and I see muffled tone talking to the basilisk. I'm guessing.
He got his back to you and he's talking. So yeah, you can see the basilisk just on the other side of him, about 10 feet away from him, and it looks like it's kind of approaching towards the tunnel.
Okay.
Bad news.
Okay, I will ready my spell if any aggression movement comes from that basilisk or anything.
What spell?
And when I use, probably, let's see what spells do it. Dimension door, because I don't want to be run over.
Oh.
So you ready a dimension door just in case? You prepare to cast the spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cedric, animal friendship at second level, and try to get both snakes on our side.
Okay, Flint.
I mean, I can do it, I guess. I'm going to animal friendship, second level. Actually, let me see how far I can do it. How far apart? 30 feet. How far apart are the snakes?
One is 10.
40 feet, maybe?
One of the one's 25 on your right, and in the left.
Oh.
Okay, I can hit them both. Animal friendship both. They get a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, let me see here. It's animal friendship, you said? right?
Animal friendship, yep. I can charm a beast. 2 of them using a 2nd level slot.
But their intelligence has to be 3 or lower.
Yeah, they're snakes. So they fit the bill.
Okay, I'm just trying to take a look here. Just make sure that you can do this on the conjured animal. Okay, funny enough, you cast the spell, but it does not have effect on these creatures. Make a nature check or an intelligence check, or if you have this spell.
I'll do nature.
Okay.
Because I have nature, so nature is intelligence plus my profits.
No, it works on magic creatures.
Okay, yeah, you're not quite sure why the spell didn't work.
Good enough.
Yeah, anybody paying attention to it can also roll.
I'm not. I'm looking down the hallway with that giant basilisk.
Yeah, it looks like the only
I'm
person
fighting.
who could. Yep. Right, yeah, it does not take effect on these creatures.
Okay. It was worth a try.
Would you like to do anything else? Like a move or bonus action.
To right here, and I'm going to get my bow ready.
Okay.
Just in case something comes up that hallway that we need to deal with.
Okay. More bits. You are up.
All right. I am going to disengage, just in case, and then move. 1, 10. I'm going to try to jump over this. 20, 30, 45. So right here.
All right.
I don't know if I have to make any rolls to leap that.
Yeah.
The 5 foot pole.
No, it's just 5 feet. You're able to get over it, and it's not a searing damage. If you stood on it, just the residual heat from the stone and such underneath would hurt, but it's been dispersed throughout the room well enough that you're able to get over it. Okay.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Okay.
Fireball. Save this again.
So you hear kind of a response, kind of shouting to the lizard creature, the shaman, which conjured those animals.
Mm-hmm.
So something's responding to him and definitely shouting in like a panicked way, and you can see the basilisk just charge right through into this room with a blood fury in its eye. And it rushes right up to you, Rose. So if you would like to trigger your dimension door.
Yeah, dimension door.
Let me see if the shaman got out of the way or if he's bowled over.
Either way, it was a good spell. It was something that we could have used.
The shaman is able to get out of the way.
The one was the man that ran away.
I dimension door where the shaman guy's at.
Oh,
right where the shaman guy's at. Okay. You see now in this room. You can see quite a bit of it because there are splits in the ceiling that travel up like 40, 50 feet, and you can see sunlight creaking into this room.
Nice.
But the room itself.
I have dark vision. Holy!
Oh.
You see the lizard man who fled the room
Yep.
initially in terror.
Big room.
You see holding pens in which they're very rudimentary. I mean, they're completely open topped and they're only about 2 feet tall, posts stuck into the ground, but kind of denoting an area where these giant toads are able to reside. It looks like if they wanted to, they could just escape these things. But
I tell the shaman dude in front of me, like, you know, we come in peace. Make sure we won't do any more harm. But if we can't stop the basilisk, you know, if it's okay, we can harm it. At least not kill it, but take it down. So that, but you'll be able to put it back in their pit in Draconic.
Okay. All right. You say this to the shaman guy, or are you saying this to
the shaman guy that's charmed?
Okay. Yeah, specifically to him.
He's charmed.
Okay. Okay. So right now the basilisk, very confused at the moment, does not see its target anymore. It looks around the room and it just sees one, so it's going to rush over to you, Flint. It's not going to be able to attack because it had to use its action to move. So let me just quickly look and see. Okay. All of a sudden, Flint, you watch first a basilisk charge towards Rose. Rose disappears entirely, and then the basilisk lays its eyes on you. It all happens extremely fast, so I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw as this thing locks its eyes on you.
Uh-oh.
Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Return to stone.
No, it's shooting healing beams.
Drink that. Never drink that milky white
There
substance.
you go.
Oh boy.
It might be time. Brisket or brisket.
You feel like this tingle all over your body, but nothing comes of it. It's almost, something was about to happen, and the gods were in your favor this day. You're now staring at a basilisk directly in front of you. The lizard folk, this one finishes his rush up here, and the shaman, you can understand Rose and Draconic. He says, "These are friends. Call off the beast, Beastmaster." And the lizard folk who was originally in this room, not the one that fled into this room, but the only lizard man who was in this room.
I give an intimidation look to shut up.
He looks very confused, and he looks and he kind of like peeks his head around the hallway to the north and kind of looks inside the room and just sees like smoke and charcoal and like burnt bodies and like body parts strewn about. And he pulls his head back and he looks at you, Rose, and he just kind of takes a step back and positions himself behind this giant toad here. The other lizard man, the one that fled into the room, as soon as he sees you appear and he is able to, he flees.
No, can I intimidate him? Hopefully,
it is not your turn, but if you would like to make an attack of opportunity since you're right next to him.
No, hell no.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
What?
50.
No, I'm not doing attack of opportunity because that will provoke the charm.
He runs directly to the south and then disappears into that hallway there. Let me actually reveal just a little bit so you can
quite see the hallway. Yeah,
right there.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
And then now that Rose, you're in this room, you can see there's a stairwell off to the east side that leads upwards.
Okay. Hopefully this charm thing will be good.
I mean, we got to kill the basilisk.
You're seeing that these giant toads are eyeing you right now. They probably aren't used to seeing any kind of elven blood in this area. Let's see here, Cedric, you're up.
Basilisk.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't get to attack yet. I think wasn't my initiative before Cedric?
We are still we're still in the initiative. Rose went and held his action. You moved and readied. So actually, you readied your attack. So go ahead and make a shot on that basilisk since you did have an attack ready.
Yep.
So make a ranged attack on that basilisk. Thanks for the reminder.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, you held your attack just for this occasion. Okay.
Oh yeah.
13 and a 31.
You only get one attack for a readied action, I believe. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. That might just be an attack of opportunity. I'd say if you readied your action, you'll get your full action. So both attacks. Your first attack glances off the armor and cascades out into the darkness. But the second hit strikes true. So go ahead and roll damage for that one.
Oh my god.
One's a crit, right?
The one that hit was a crit.
Yeah.
So times
But
3.
I rolled a 1. So 14.
But wouldn't that be 2d8 since it was a crit?
You double the dice, not the final roll for crits.
Oh right.
It's 2d8 plus 6, not 7 times 2.
I've been playing too much second edition.
So just roll one
Fair
more
enough.
d8, just a straight d8, and we'll add that to the total there.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So 14
Came out to
damage
the same.
to that basilisk. Okay. All right. You sink, even though some shots glanced off, you managed to sink it directly into its head, almost between its eyes, and you see it shudder as it charges towards you, but it maintains its aggressive nature.
Very nice.
So now Cedric is up. That was your held action.
I wish I could put things to sleep.
Put things to sleep. Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to plan this thing out.
What are you doing, Cedric?
I am going to use my longbow.
Okay.
Didn't really take a full action to move towards it. So let's see if I actually hit. I got 13.
Are you attacking the basilisk, correct?
Yeah.
You strike at it, but unfortunately, it does not affect. It's a glancing blow. The AC you guys are looking for is a nice 15.
15, okay.
Yeah, it's a magic number here. Would you like to move at all?
I'll move right here.
Okay. All right. The snakes kind of just snake around. So one just kind of slithers over here a little bit, kind of munches on some sizzling body parts that are over there. One kind of slithers over here a little bit.
Surprised they're not going to sleep.
Looks like they're eating, but they're keeping an eye on you. They're certainly not putting their backs towards you guys at all. Rose, you're up.
I asked the shaman, is there any way we can not put that basilisk to sleep, or?
The shaman looks towards you and quickly shakes his head. saying, "No, I have no control over it. The Beastmaster is the one to control it."
Okay. The Beastmaster. I point. Is that the Beastmaster behind the frog?
Yeah, he's hiding behind the frog right now,
Okay.
like peeking behind the frog at you after looking outside the hallway and seeing the explosive remains.
I asked, can you tell the Beastmaster to stop the basilisk, or?
You get the sense that the Beastmaster would also speak the same language. So if you wanted to try an intimidation roll or something on him, or if you want to cast him,
unless the if you don't, because the basilisk will die if it still attacks my party member over there.
Go ahead.
Lose a prized possession.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll with advantage because you have this shaman, the spiritual figure in the lizard tribe, kind of saying that you're a friend. So go ahead and make a persuasion with advantage.
Nice.
Roll 1d20. Was any added benefits for advantage or no?
It's just roll twice and take the higher of the two.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Cha-ching.
He looks suddenly fearful, like the realization that his creature could be in danger just hit him. It looks like he is going to make an attempt to stop this when it's his turn.
I yell out. I walk across and yell out, says, defend yourself, don't kill it. A Beastmaster is going to stop the creature when he comes over. We'll stare at Flint. I'm serious, Flint. We'll screw this up.
You see an arrow sticking out of the thing's head.
Yeah.
I'm just ignoring what the bard is saying. I'm not even looking at him.
You're currently in survival mode. You almost got turned to stone, and you're staring at this creature that just charged up.
No idea.
Well, I actually can I cast a spell that I just walked over?
I would say the persuasion that you did would have been an action.
Okay, because that was
if you have a bonus action spell, then you could perform that. But it was something that you devoted time to try to persuade him. It wasn't just like hey, stop this. It was like, hey, stop this. My friends are gonna kill your guy right there, and you don't want that to happen.
Because I was about to use another thing on my whip ability, or I can cast. I don't know what bonus spells I have. I've never heard about a bonus spell before.
It's not a bonus spell. It would be a spell that takes a bonus action to cast. So the casting time would say bonus action.
Yeah, like does clerics have some healing spells?
Yeah, I think it's either healing word or cure wounds is the bonus action.
Let's see.
Word, I believe.
But next on the roster is Flint.
There's just one action.
Decision time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an action.
So yeah, you all hear Rose come back into the room and say,
I am going to try this once again, and hopefully it'll work. Animal friendship on the basilisk. It is a beast. Its intelligence is most likely under 4.
Before you cast this, make a nature check. Give me a nature check. Because you've been around for a while, you might know this. You might not know this.
Nature. That's intelligence plus my prof bonus. 13.
Okay. I'd say that because you've been thinking about basilisks for the past couple of rooms here after being alerted to those droppings, your mind has been going about it, and you know that they're not like a natural beast that occurs. They're a monstrosity. They are not part of an ecosystem in whatsoever, no shape or form. They are natural.
That's evil magic there.
These things are monstrous, and you know that your animal friendship spell would not work on this creature.
Okay, then I'm not going to cast it.
So save you a spell for that.
I shall not cast animal friendship. I'm going to fire 2 arrows at it.
Oh god.
All right, make a. Do you have the
Oh yeah.
do you have the feat for the point blank attack?
Yes.
You do.
Crossbow mastery or sharpshooter?
Yeah.
Crossbow mastery. Okay.
Yeah, one of those two.
Instead of
Where you don't take disadvantage for your point blank attack rolls.
correct.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So that's a 13, a 20, and a 30. All right. Those last two hit.
Here's the total damage. $20.
That's it.
Okay. Two more arrows sink deep into this thing. Blood swells up around it, and you see this thing. It has 8 legs. You know, it has 4 legs on either side of it. It looks like 3 of the legs on one side have just gone entirely limp. Like your arrow just severed a nerve column that controls those, and it looks like it's really messed up. It's hurting.
I just screamed, "Kill it! It's an abomination!"
More bits. You're up.
More bits. Well, diplomacy is all nice, but if he's still fighting, I gotta back up my chum. So I move 10 feet here, and then start blasting it with my my staff, my radiant staff bolts. Oh, actually, I'm gonna close.
Okay.
10,
Close distance.
20, 30. I'm gonna 40. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
With the halfling ability, I can move through the spaces of things that are larger than me.
Yep. Yeah, you can squeeze through there.
So I'll roll between the legs or whatever is sounds fancy.
Half of its body hits the ground, and you were initially going to do that, but as you see the 3 legs lose any strength when it hits the ground, you just kind of do like a sweet little like back roll over its back and land feet planted on the other side.
Nice. All right, now I start staffing at it.
Staff away.
There's staff away. Yeah. All right, there's my first. Oh, I'll staff it again.
All right, yeah, that one. The first one seems to just glance off this thing's like it's got massive spiky spines protruding from its back. It glances off them, but as
that's my
the second one hits, it hits clear. So go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. That's 9 points.
All right. The searing key strike kind of leaves a streak of its back completely spineless. It just burns it away. It's still alive, but it is really, really hurt.
I got one more attack.
Okay.
This one is the unarmed. Okay, so it's 7 plus 7. A 14.
Oh, that just misses. This is the 15 magic number.
I'm back.
Exploded just outside the entry right there.
So you send another strike towards it, but it's just flinching away from everything at this point. It looks so hurt, and it misses. So now at this point, the Beastmaster is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move over here. Right into the doorway, and he's going to shout towards the basilisk in like a panicked frenzy. And anybody who speaks Draconic, you still can't understand it. It looks like he's like using command words that are specific to this creature that aren't regular words that would be spoken by mistake. And it sounds like he's shouting gibberish, but the creature seems to be hearing it. The shaman is going to kind of walk back into the room and position himself here. He's looking down very mournfully at his at the corpses of his fellows. Cedric. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. Basilisk at this point. Here's the command. Let me see what its intelligence is. Oh boy. Okay. So it's under direct attack. So its instinct, whatever monstrous instinct it has to protect itself and destroy the threat, is going to be at odds with this strange lizard folk who you assume has control over it, but you're not sure the degree of
Yeah.
control. So I'm going to roll an intelligence check for the creature. I'll say again a 1 through 10, and it will not listen. An 11 through 20, and it will listen to this Beastmaster.
Please, please, please.
So a 1 through 10, it will not listen to the Beastmaster and will continue whatever it's going to do. And 11 through 20, it will listen.
I mean, either way, party members, it's almost done.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Nice.
It looks quickly at Flint. It looks quickly at Morbitz, and then it slithers, like, it doesn't slither, but it kind of drags itself over towards this lizard folk. If you guys want to make an attack of opportunity, you can, but it looks like it's trying to get to safety, and it actually slithers around the hallway and just kind of clatters down.
Three of its legs were broken.
It leaves a trail of this dark blood behind it, and it smells horrible.
Okay, so okay. I can fix that. I can heal it.
I'll let it go. I won't attack of opportunity yet. I'll forgo my. What's that?
So,
well, I'm gonna give diplomacy a chance if he wants to.
Although remember what we're being.
I'm good.
To do. We're being paid to clear this place out.
Maybe they'll go willingly.
Or I just willingly. Diplomacy.
At this point, all the immediate enemies are.
The charm spell will only last an hour, so
yeah.
What are they going to do? Leave for an hour?
So at this point, they're not in active combat anymore. Any hostile creatures, the only hostile creature that was in combat and may still be in combat, fled. And I'll tell you that you guys have a little while before anything happens with that. So.
Okay, can I?
You are not an initiative anymore. Free movement.
So I can do my diplomacy, everything, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
The Beastmaster immediately runs into the other room to start tending to the basilisk.
Okay. I talked to the head shaman and basically say, we're sorry. I can heal your basilisk and everything else. This whole situation is a really bad a mistake. We stumbled on the stairs. I saw a whole bunch of things, and I cast it.
Spells were cast. Mistakes were made.
Yeah, mistakes were made because if he understands and he knows he's gonna be charmed when he gets off, because if he doesn't have like that niche when he gets off and he understands it, I had to cast another charming spell that lasts 8 hours. So I'm using him as my puppet.
So you definitely have quite a while with this hour left.
Yeah, I basically try to get him to understand when I tell him that he, so that if he's off the charm. Okay, mistakes were made. And I said I'll heal the basilisk and everything else for it as well.
You have a heal spell?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you have a potion.
Yeah, not potion. I have the spell too. And I also ask, are you the leader of these lizard folks as well?
What's the plan here? You're going to try and just ask them to leave?
That's pretty much the job. We can probably... This is a huge swamp, so...
He looks at you, and he says... in Draconic, he says... I lead, but we all serve the master.
No.
Okay.
Take us to your master.
Who is your master?
He points through the room that has the beasts in it, down the hallway that the other lizard man fled, and he says,
"I mean, is it a lizard folk? Is it a different type of creature? This is not a dragon."
It is a. He says, "It is a great creature. I know not what, but its power is immense. It leads us."
And I tell him, "Do you want to be free from your master and be your own master?"
he looks kind of remorsefully at the bodies around, and he says, "We are meant to serve. This is our existence."
You know, unfortunately, I just say to Rose, I don't think a charm spell can turn a creature against its.
No, but even charm, it's supposed to be friendly to a certain point. He will know he'll get off charm. He knows he's charmed. But if he has the understanding that he can lead and stuff, if he's off the charm, he can still be able to be friendly with us. If not, I can use the spell called Suggestion. Say 2 words at it, and it will last for 8 hours.
Maybe
That, I don't know if Suggestion would work. And a charm spell won't change the innate creature of a person or a creature. So
it makes him hostile, doesn't it?
Like if his desire, his existence, if he believes it is to serve this creature, we can't charm him into not believing he shouldn't serve the creature.
How about?
I'll say, go ahead and make a persuasion roll with advantage, since he is charmed. But you're going against this thing's whatever this thing's life has been for unknown amount of time, and whatever fear or respect it has for this creature.
His fear for me now because what I've done, and yeah, I could be his master. I'll have a horde of freaking lizard folks on my side.
All right. Well, good thing you had that advantage. So when you ask him if he ever wants to be free, he indicates that he's meant to serve, and he stares, and it looks like he just kind of thinks as he's looking around this room, and he turns back to you, and he says, "Will you give us purpose?"
Yes, I will give you purpose. I will give you no more carnage, because I tell them, you were here to clear you out, but I do not like killing. I do not want to have needless blood. But if you are willing, and there might be some more that might resist you, but you have powerful force for yourself to have a village, prosper, have kids, and have a peaceful life. If you follow me.
He thinks it over. He says, "I can take you to the master.
Okay.
I can help you free my people. But as soon as this is over, I want my people to leave. We are too close to the humans as is."
It says that is fine. That is fine.
Hey, that's the job. I say common. I assume he can't speak common, but doesn't know what I'm saying.
I broken comment, but so that is fine. That is the deal. I also tell them I will give you a certain amount of gold to help you rebuild if you go across merchants and stuff as well. But I will help you rebuild before until you guys are safe and settled and no threats will be coming to your people.
He nods and kind of stands up a little straighter. He barks a quick word, and the snakes kind of slither over behind him a little bit.
I tell the group what's happening. Looks like we have an ally against the master, and the master is not a lizard folk. It is some kind of great beast.
Oh, that sounds awful. Like, what kind
Let's go see what it is.
So in the other room, you can see the holding pens. They're now sleeping giant toads. They've gone to sleep quite quickly after realizing they're not needed.
I tell the shaman to talk to the beast master, the situation, so he can spread the word. I'm going to heal the basilisk, so at least it'll be stabled, and everything else as well.
It looks like he's stabilized it. It's not. It doesn't look like it's in danger of death.
Yeah, don't use your healing on that thing.
Come on, diplomacy, people, diplomacy.
Yeah.
So
Charm is magical compulsion, right? They might be angry you forced them into diplomacy.
Well, I tell the shaman, let the people know, spread the word.
Yeah, the
And try
only
to get as
reason
much
any of this worked was because of charm.
and basically, have them spread out so that your people won't get killed in needless blood. What does the shaman say?
He nods and says, "I'll do what I can."
Yeah, let me know when you're ready to for us to meet your boss. I'm gonna be in the middle of the pan. Tell the guys it's going to be down this hallway, so get ready.
Look, possibly if we kill his boss after the charm spell wears off, maybe he won't be angry.
Yeah, you have purpose. I told him
We can try and persuade him again after we kill his boss and say like, "Hey, look, you're free now," and maybe we can get over the fact that they're going to be really angry when the charm spell wears off.
I told him I'll help rebuild and everything. So,
well, it doesn't matter what you tell him now. It's only going to matter what you think when the charm spell wears off.
Yeah,
that's what we have to prepare for.
So you hear just kind of hushed tones, the shaman talking with the Beastmaster, and the Beastmaster kind of shakes his head a couple times, and then the tone of the shaman gets a little sterner, and the Beastmaster's eyes widen slightly, and he nods and he flees across the room, and this little stairwell. It's a stairwell up. You're at the lower portion. He climbs up the stairs and into the other room.
Okay.
Ask the Beastmaster where his master is.
And then the shaman.
Going to be touched.
Sorry, not the Beastmaster.
The shaman comes down towards this area here and says, "The master is this way."
Okay.
Are we prepared?
I'm prepared.
Is he going to help us fight the?
Yeah, he is. I don't know.
He's going to talk us in.
Okay. But if he has some kind of like I forgot what it is. He will not attack his own people, but I don't know about his master.
All right, so he leads you. Let me see here. He takes you into this next room here, and just give me a second to take a look at what it says. All right, he leads you into this medium-sized room. It's much smaller than the rooms you've been in previously. But what you notice in this room immediately, and I don't have it on the map, is that there's a small altar, obviously to Paylor. It's covered in a dirty cloth, like a really crappy cloth has been cast over it. But it's so full of holes, and it's so old and desiccated that it's actually crumbling off, and you can clearly see the statue beneath this little altar. It doesn't look like it's been touched at all in terms of it's not broken. There's no graffiti on it. There's no scarring at all. It is located right here on the map. Oh, I don't have right here on the map. Okay, and you see when the lizard folk come in, he keeps a clear berth. He travels around the outside of the wall farthest away. He doesn't get close to it.
Yeah, is that where your master's at?
He looks at the altar and he says, "That's been here for as long as we have, even longer."
Oh, okay.
They avoid it?
Do not get close to it. It will cast you aside.
Okay. So I tell everyone. Tell everyone what he said.
Us to avoid the statue?
Yeah.
He is avoiding the altar.
Oh, he's avoiding the altar.
Yeah, I asked. He said, "Don't." It'll cast upon. I'm guessing that statue's cursed.
Well,
There.
he's a lizard folk.
I walk up to it.
So they're
Okay, what's your alignment?
evil. The Paylord,
Neutral good.
yeah, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't
You
think
are
they
able to walk right up to the altar. You can actually see on the altar. There's if you even touch the fabric that's on top of it, it just
I don't
falls
touch
apart.
anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It looks really old though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing happens when you approach it.
All right. I'm just gonna. I can cast the light spell. I'm gonna cast the light spell on the altar, and just kind of like wink at it and say, "We'll clear this place out for you," and then I'll kind of come back and rejoin with where I was.
Okay. So now you see this altar kind of glowing underneath this fabric, but the fabric's still obscuring the base of it. You're only able to really see the top, so that's how you know it's an altar to Paylor.
Is it? Oh, it's used to cover it.
Yeah, like you figure maybe the lizard folk or somebody couldn't get close to it, so they would just like cast a big sheet over it to try to just hide it.
Then I'll pull it down. Sorry, I thought there was like just something folded on top of it.
No, it's
that kind of thing.
Like cast over it, almost
it's
like
covered.
it was just meant to obscure it. As you pull it off, you can see that the statue of the altar is pristine. It hasn't been touched by anything, and there's inscribing on the bottom of it. It says, "Walk in the light of the sun."
Okay.
Maybe the lizard folk were convinced that the altar will do something to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you look at the shaman, he looks like he's wide-eyed that you were able to approach this thing.
Yeah.
I feel, and I tell him, I feel like something has lied to him and told him that altar would hurt him. When of course
maybe it will hurt him.
Possibility, or maybe they were lied to.
Maybe.
Maybe
he's a filthy, despicable creature.
Is the shaman going to come with us more, or he's going to stay where he's at and tell us to go in that room?
He'll continue with you. He indicates that further on is where you'll want to go if you want to get to the spot.
Then further on we shall go.
If
we keep going.
All done in this room. You
Walk
continue
in the light.
down there. Do you say that while you're still in the room?
What?
Yeah. I keep muttering it to myself.
Well, as you say it within proximity of the altar, you feel yourself. You feel a warm glow within you.
Ooh.
You feel a sense of calm bestow upon you, and if you have damage, you would heal 25 hit points worth of it.
Oh, nice. I'm down 5, so
you're back to
nice.
Hell, we should just take that statue with us.
Hey guys, look at this.
Altar. It's like embedded in the wall. It's like a recessed altar, kind of.
Halo is healing me. I show them my wounds closing.
Really, Morbits? I'm gonna go back and say what he said to the altar.
You stand in front of the altar and speak the inscription on it, and you also feel a warm sensation within you. A
Tingler, right?
Descends upon you, and you are healed for 25 hit points.
And I give Rose the bard kind of like a stink eye, like cursed, huh? Okay.
Hey, hey, I'm a diplomat. Okay, don't screw this up.
Right, so at this point, as he gets to this hallway here, he says, "Hold on a second," and he kind of stops you. He actually stops you behind the point where you guys are. He stops you up at this corner right up here, and he says, "We've put in place a trap to ensure that nobody can sneak into our leader's chamber."
Nice.
And you watch him.
We wouldn't want to spring on that.
You watch him just indicate a tripwire that's on the ground, and he says, "Carefully step over this."
Okay.
And now that you've seen it, so you're easily able to climb over it. And for any who kind of look at the string, you can see just above it a section of ceiling that looks like it's collapsed, but then kind of braced back up with a piece of wood.
Yep.
And it looks like through some unknown fashion, that rubble would fall upon your heads.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes you on the corner, down this hallway, where it opens up into a very large room. In this room, as you approach, you can actually see this dull green light kind of shining, glistening off this slime-covered floor, this swampy bowels of this place. The green lights, as you all enter into the room, you can see the green lights are coming from these little red squares are indicated there. They look like kind of jagged lightning bolts kind of shimmering in the middle of the air, warping and rippling slightly, and they're spaced throughout the room. You see standing on the far end this large demonic looking creature. It resembles a frog of sorts. It's got massive claws, and it's looking down at this lizard folk who's like frantically speaking to it and pointing back towards the entranceway you just came through. And it actually, as it's pointing back, it turns its head and sees you, and you can see its eyes go extremely wide, and it turns back to the demon creature and kind of rushes for it, like looking for safety. And this giant demon just picks this lizard man up, puts its head in its mouth, and tears it off, and just begins to devour it in 2 or 3 swift bites.
That was
the survivor from the previous room.
The first guy. Yep.
Yeah.
That ran.
All right. Before we do our initiatives and stuff, I asked the shaman, This is time for you to let your people to decide if they can run past us, and we'll take care of the demon. If they fight us, then I'm sorry, they will have to die.
He looks at you and he says, "The ones in this room will probably not join us. They are too close to his influence."
Is So one of my favorite enemies is Fiend. When I look at this creature, is it a fiend?
This thing looked very fiendish.
I tell the shaman to run to your people and get them to safety. Because I don't want him to die, because he's the one that's kind of charmed and everything, so.
He nods and turns to flee back up the hallway. He just begins the fleeing.
Yep, there we go.
He leaves his snakes with you, though.
Okay. Yeah, we got snakes.
Oh, yeah.
And actually what he'll do is he will refresh that casting. So he'll give you...
Ooh. Hello.
The full 6 snake batch.
Snake City.
Yeah, I say, hey, diplomacy working, huh? Hey, Flint, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, it worked really good on the Paylor statue.
All right, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative as you walk into this green hue room, and this beast looking at you.
Okay,
wait a second.
I got a 23.
I got an 8.
I got a 9.
Hold on a second.
Oh man, he rolled a natural 1 for his initiative.
How many snakes did we get?
6.
6.
Oh.
How did I do that? I turned off the toolbar for... I can't see the dice rolling of the chat anymore.
Just hit that toolbar on the left. Or is it gone?
Yeah, I don't see it on the right, the toolbar.
Just do / roll space 1d20 plus your dex.
No, I don't see the chat.
There's a small little box with 3 horizontal lines. It's like right at the top right of the screen, kind of below. Yeah. You'll hit that, and that'll expand the screen, the chat box out again.
Nope.
Try refreshing the page.
Yeah, I'll refresh the page.
Yeah, that box with the
Yeah,
line
that
makes
worked.
it
I was just
expand.
worried about it booting me, but it seems to be working just fine now. You guys can hear me still?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, sorry about that. All right, initiative. 15.
All right. So we've got Flint at 23. That's pretty good initiative. And then everybody else is. We got Morbits, Rose, Cedric, and the Beasts. Okay, Flint, you are up first.
These are all lizard men around here.
Yes, the 6 humanoid beings are all lizard men.
Okay. I'm just gonna fire 2 arrows at him.
Okay.
What else does favored enemy do? Trying to remember.
That does damage and attack. In addition to those.
Does it do in 5th edition anything like that? I don't remember.
Let me.
You have to check it real quick.
Let me try.
I don't remember if it does.
I have never played a ranger, so.
Yeah.
And
Favorite
I
enemy.
think, I've DM'd for Loki, who was like a ranger, but he was also a druid. So.
Favorite enemy. Beginning.
It's mostly skill stuff.
Choose a type. You have advantage on wisdom for survival check for your favorite enemy, well as intelligence checks. Yeah.
Okay.
You gain this feature. You also gain 1 language of your choice that is spoken by your favorite enemy.
No, I know that stuff. I don't remember in 5th edition favorite enemy actually giving bonuses. That's why I was asking.
It does.
I've never played a ranger.
It says you another additional favorite enemy as well as associated language 6/14. You gain levels of your choice that reflects the type of the enemies you have encountered on adventure. So
favorite enemy basically just lets me have information.
Yeah. So if you wanted to spend your action to like see if you can remember anything about this thing, now that you're looking at it and it's a fiend and you're like, shit, I might know like if this thing has weaknesses, I might know if this thing's immune to something. Now that you're looking at it, you know exactly what you're dealing with.
Bring in the fat boy. Kills everything.
Maybe. I guess I'll make an intelligence check. Yeah. I'll
make it with advantage because it is a favorite enemy and the DC won't be too hard.
1, 2.
Okay, well, good thing you had that advantage, man, because even though it wasn't a very hard DC, 8 would have not cut it.
Yeah. I'm lucky I had advantage.
Okay, so you see this thing and you kind of get a sense that this kind of fiend, it has a magic resistance to it. So it would have a certain level of protection against like magical effects or spell attacks. And you also know that because of its body shape, you're familiar with this type as a Hezrau. Basically, this thing is known to have a horrible odor if you get close enough to it. So you know that it's resistant to magic, and you don't want to get too close to it. Aside from that, it doesn't really have any weaknesses that you know of.
I'm going to say to it in Abyssal is its language.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Yeah,
I'll say to it in Abyssal. What is your name?
You hear in your mind a response that just kind of fills the entire cavity of your head, and it seems to almost its presence is so immense it almost bursts your ears. You feel like this massive pressure, and it says, "I am the destroyer. I will consume your flesh and trap your souls."
Guys, this fee means business.
They usually do.
They usually do. I'm going to say
You
back
actually
to it.
all hear that in your minds.
I'm
Oh,
going to
that
say back to it in
response.
Abyssal. I'm Batman.
I yell at it and says, "So your
It,
mother?"
it only speaks Abyssal.
Yeah, and so Flint, you shouted at it, and you've kind of used your action to get a sense of this creature. Would you like to move at all?
Ooh, I know Abyssal.
This is who I am.
It's a
Yeah,
very large room, so
I totally do say back to it, I'm Batman. But anyway, let me check the room.
you see it just cock its head slightly, quizzically.
Because it doesn't know who the Batman is. It's about to find out who
Damn
the
right,
Batman
it's about to
is.
find out.
I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay right here for now.
Okay.
Because he's actually in my bow range. How far is he from me?
Well, let's take a look with our handy dandy ruler here. 85 feet, 90 feet.
Oh, well within my bow range.
Oh yes.
Very nice.
Oh yes. This is an indoor location for a ranger like you. It shouldn't be an issue. So, more bits. You are up.
Yeah. I'll just move right there and start shooting bolts at this guy
All right.
right above me, essentially.
Oh, the which guy? The guy up here?
Yep, right there. Yep.
All right.
All right.
13 on the first attack.
That just goes wide.
Then 18.
You correct
and
your
25.
shot. You correct your shot, and the next two sink right into him as you fire. Let's go ahead and roll damage.
Are those hits?
The second two are hits. The first one misses.
Oh.
The second two are hits. First one misses. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I got my thing cut off.
No, no problem. Just making sure that it wasn't on my end of things.
Can you guys hear me
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can.
through this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear more bits anymore.
He just talked.
Don't hear him.
Oh, now he just went off. But he did just talk,
Yeah.
and I did hear him.
Interesting.
Okay.
But he is no longer on Hangout.
Let me send him the link again.
I guess now that it comes down to it, we're lucky that our bar charmed that shaman. Because we'd be toast.
It will also take a long time to get rid of everything, so. Or going the room to room.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so I was
Hmm.
saying
Gain
the.
more bits.
Can you hear me at all?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Mhm.
Hello?
Now you're on. You have to mute roll 20.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. God damn it.
That's
Cakes.
weird.
I'm gonna stop.
All right. So you struck with those 2 attacks, but your first attack did not. So I see you rolled your
I
damage for that,
figured.
and you rolled
Yeah,
1 and
yeah,
1.
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then the ones here.
yeah, I saw that. Okay,
Don't
so
worry,
just mark
Morbits.
that down.
Don't worry, we'll get it in the end.
Yeah.
So okay, perfect. So now we're looking at Rose, unless you had any additional movement you wanted to use, Morbits.
No, that's it. I think that's close enough.
Okay.
For now.
Then Rose, you are
I
up.
move behind the monk. I cast. I point at it and say, "Your mother is a whore, and your father smells of elderberries." And I use barbaric inspiration and singing the
Nice.
spam song from Monty Python, giving
Nice.
everyone a 1d8 on any rolls that you want. You can use that after you roll a d20, but you only can
It's
use
actually
it
not
once.
everyone. You can only do it to 1 target per action.
Is it 1?
As an action, you can give 1 target inspiration.
Oh, nice.
To do so, 1 creature other than yourself. Okay, I'm gonna give it to the monk.
Okay.
Advantage.
You have
Yeah.
inspiration, so you have a single.
I have a point of inspiration. Gotcha. Yep.
Bardic inspiration is different than the advantage DM inspiration. So bardic
okay.
inspiration, you get like a D. What is it that you
D8
have?
to anything.
A D8?
You use it after you. If you roll your D20, you can add it in if you want to. You
So you
use
can
it
roll
once.
a D8 and add it to whatever roll you want.
Gotcha. Perfect. One of those close ones.
Just 1 though. You only have 1.
Just once. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Rose?
I think that's it.
Okay. Cedric.
But they have enough for just my party members for every turn. Yep. I use it 3 times, so I have 2 left. I'm going to use it on each of the ranger.
All right. Cedric, you are up.
Alright. So we don't want to get near it.
Yes, its spell will have adverse effects on you. I suggest.
I'm guessing my
Right.
longbow is the best shot at this.
Should we send the snakes after the lizard men or it? Maybe I can. I don't
think
know.
the snakes should go after the lizard man, and then we take all our focus on the being demon thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's why I was kind of everything I was doing was centered on it, because I was figuring the snakes will kind of help us kind of fend off the lizard men for now.
Basically, like distraction.
Yeah.
And then we take the demon out, and then we worry about the lizard man later.
That's the plan.
Alright, so longbow it is.
You're easily able to kind of like you nudge the snakes with your foot and gesture over toward the lizard men. They kind of get the idea.
Alright, I nudge him toward the lizard man.
Like, go get those guys.
Go,
Yeah.
go!
Snake runners.
And I roll up your attack.
Alright.
And you're using a longbow, correct?
Yeah, I'm not going near the stink.
Okay.
Let me see what the range of the thing is.
Bad
enough
50 feet. I think she got it.
All right, that hits.
It's bad enough that it has to deal with Lance.
Oh, I see how it is. How about lift
Ouch.
my armpit
Oh.
right up?
Oh.
Zing.
My armpit's gonna be wide up now.
Right in the bardic inspiration.
there's your
Just
negative
to let
DA.
everybody know,
Ashley,
Lance
if
refuses
you
to wear
take
deodorant.
out the garbage tomorrow and you see all of Lance's deodorant in the garbage, oh,
Lance refuses to wear deodorant.
oh, now the world knows.
I wouldn't care.
He doesn't wear it. That's why
All right,
he thinks so
so
bad.
that hits.
All right.
Roll up your damage,
Oh,
Cedric.
yeah.
It's conspiracy theory.
Yes.
All right.
Solid. All right.
Okay. Arrow sinks right into this thing. It doesn't look like it's phased at all. It just kind of glares at you. Its presence can be felt even at the distance you are.
I'm guessing it has a lot of HP.
You watch as those green kind of jagged lightning bolts. You've been watching them, and they're almost like wavering tears, and they all of a sudden each kind of spark and crackle with electricity, and electricity kind of surrounds the area that they're in, and then they kind of return to normal. The creature. Let's see what it's at here. 30 feet. 10.
Do you have more than one bow attack?
She's.
So she has two. It's a fighting style. She has two weapon fighting.
But
Not-
I can't
But she's a 5th level ranger, so she should have 2 attacks.
Oh, you're right. Fifth range. You're right.
I have
That's
two.
why I
attacks.
have 2 attacks.
Okay. Roll up your second attack,
Yeah.
and I'll hold off on moving it.
Alright.
After you said that, I was like, "Well, wait a second. I have 2
All right,
attacks."
that hits.
So she
Yeah, all the
has
marshals should at 5th. Or the bards at 6th, some of them.
Close to a crit.
Yeah, that was close. Same amount.
All right, and another 10 damage. There we go. All right, you follow up with your shot, striking it again. It takes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to move its movement there, and then it is going to...
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Coming right at us.
It is going to look around. And it's going to rush down. Actually, let me see. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It was right there. I just want to measure something real quick. Yeah. It's going to rush over to this lizard man. It picks it up and opens its mouth, and it looks like it just sucks the life force out of it and then shoves the body in its mouth. You watch as the arrows that are poking are like pushed out of its body and kind of like pop and clatter to the floor. The wounds look like they're closing up a little bit.
Oh no.
That's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Well, it gets rid of one of the lizard men, but it puts it back at full hit points.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It looks like there's still some damage done to it. It didn't fully heal, but it did heal some of the damage that was done.
You gotta get rid of its snacks.
I don't think the snake would be a good idea if he can pick that snake up and eat it.
The snakes and lizard men, right?
Yeah.
And we're going after the beast.
Yeah.
Or demon.
Yeah.
All right, the lizard men now go. They rush forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They're actually not paying attention to the snakes because they're kind of used to seeing the snakes from the shaman.
They don't know what's coming their way.
30. Yeah, so they're not really sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Brilliant.
30.
They thought the
This guy's
snakes are
gonna
their
run right up
friends.
there. All right, so we're gonna
Well,
have
right now they think the snakes are their friends. They don't know.
So we're gonna have one of them make an attack towards. Actually, two of them are going to make an attack towards Morbits.
One to me.
So here's one towards Morbits. There's two towards Morbits.
I got a 17.
And then one of them is going to make an attack towards Rose.
14.
Oh.
Okay, so we got one hit on each of you.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be much.
No, these guys are not super strong.
We'll see.
They get a multi-attack too.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and roll 3 other attacks. These 2 are going to be towards Morbits.
Yep.
5.
Nice,
Both miss.
nice,
So you
nice,
still are
nice.
only at 1 hit. And this one is going to be the second attack towards Rose. Okay, so Rose, you get hit twice, and Morbits, you get hit for 1.
Ooh.
So roll. It's not super bad. You can see they've got this kind of wooden club in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1d6 plus 2. So this is for you, Morbits.
Yep.
And
7.
then these 2 are going to be for Rose. So 5 and 8 towards you, Rose.
5 and 8. Okay, that's 13.
At this point, the snakes lash out, quickly rushing and kind of surrounding the closest lizard man. So 3 are going to attack this guy down here, and 3 are going to attack this guy right there. So 1, 2, 3 on the southern one. 2, 3. You watch as this lizardman is just panicked trying to deflect these snake bites, but it seems like he's managing. Now we're going to make 3 attacks on the guy on the top. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 hits on that. So I think with his damage, plus 4. 1d4. Okay, there's 1. All right, one of these guys looks like he's pretty messed up. Roll his Constitution save. He's got a +1 for that. Okay, saves. Okay. So he gets bit twice, but does not look like he was affected by any kind of venom. So now, Flint, you're up.
I am going to fire 2 arrows
Sitting pretty back there. Look at you.
at this big guy right here. Let him fly. Arrow 1.
Poor bird.
Oh man. Okay, both of those hit.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll the damage separately because I feel like the roller on this is as bad as the Magic the Gathering Arena Shuffle.
So you're, just to confirm, you're attacking the large demon, correct?
Oh, I am indeed.
Okay, roll your first damage, then roll your second damage.
Damage 1.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Damage 2. Oh!
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah!
Not bad. Lay it on there.
I bet
Okay.
he's not too happy.
2 arrows sink into him. He's just finished consuming a lizardman when he's caught in the side by these 2 arrows, and he quickly shifts his attention towards the source of those arrows. And you hear in your mind, Flint, "Your flesh will be delicious."
Huh?
Morbits, you're up.
More bits. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go after that. I'm gonna attack the lizard man that looks like he's getting savaged by the snakes.
Okay, the guy up top.
Yeah, the guy up top and then on the right. Quarterstaff, number 1. Is that a hit?
That hits.
The quarterstaff. All right. So D8 plus 4. Plus 5. Plus 1 quarterstaff. That does 10 damage. Nice. That's a good whack.
All right. That guy up at the top crumples after he's
Nice.
struck with this forceful attack, and he's dead.
All right. Now I got 2 more attacks. I'll go after the guy to the left of him.
Okay. That guy right there. Go for it.
Yeah. There's one. That looks like a
hits.
hit.
Yeah.
13 points to him.
Hey, nice. All right, he looks like he's definitely messed up. All right, are you doing those key strikes still, or are you just...
This was my quarterstaff. 2 whacks with the quarterstaff. This last one's my key strike.
You strike him solidly. He's bleeding from the nostrils, but he's still standing, looking extremely dazed.
All right, I'll finish him with my my ball of radiant energy. Oh yeah, that gets him.
Oh yeah. All right, you summon up the key, which coats the staff, and you strike for
10
damage. All right.
Oosh.
This guy collapses.
Nice.
That second strike, it blasts a chunk out of his torso. You make your first strike unmodified, and then the second one hits him square in, and you watch his back just kind of blast outwards with the pressure.
Nice.
And he is done.
Yeah, nice down.
Would you like to do anything else?
Oh yeah, that guy below me is still...
Oh yeah, he's still there.
I don't have any attacks left. I don't want to move. I did my bonus. Yeah, I'll just be right there. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Rose, you're up.
I disengage 5 feet back.
Okay.
I am going to be creating minor illusion of that Palor statue that the shaman was scared of. Right here.
Okay.
A little bit of psychological warfare.
Do you say anything as you make this illusion appear?
I say that the one was on the subscription that they got healed from on that statue.
Okay. All right. Can you put it? Can you just show me again where you put it?
Right here, and it's glowing.
Okay.
Like the light spell that was on it, glowing.
I think you should try and do damage.
Perception +3.
Only damage I can do is magic.
Let me see if that guy directly to the north of it notices it. Okay. Yep. He
Magic sounds good.
Sees this glow out of the corner of his eye. The other ones that you're currently engaged with don't notice it. Their backs are to it. But the one that was directly to the north of it looks down, and you can see a sudden panicked expression in his eyes.
How about the demon?
That thing's pretty
Fiend.
powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's afraid of a statue of Palor.
You know what? He sees it. It's
Well, maybe
hard to gauge a reaction on him.
Maybe it'll make him mad and he'll try and destroy it, giving us an extra round.
Yeah.
But it appears practically, right in the vicinity of him, so he's definitely aware of it as it pops down.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Okay.
Psychological warfare and diplomacy.
The psychological warfare is hard to accomplish on a fiend.
Oh,
They just don't care. They're the one. They think that they're so powerful.
It's a whole nother world in that brain.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world in that brain. Like
Whole nother universe.
Everything that's in our plane is so below them.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Is that all you want to do?
That's all I can do. That's my that is my
that's your move.
bard ability. So
All right. So Cedric, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna do my bow. And here's my first attack. And,
Oh.
yeah, and here's my second.
All right.
Second
Okay.
one hits.
Set
You're
'em up.
sending the arrows towards the big guy, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
Second one hits. 4.
All right. You're not even sure it hits, but as you look at it, it kind of skirts right through its shoulder and passes out the other side. It looks like you wounded it, but it seems like it was a flesh wound. Okay, so now
Flesh wound is better than no wounds.
at this
Don't
point,
worry.
you see that green crackling energy again around these crackling rift-like objects floating in the air. They all pulse. The creature roars in anger, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet there, and it lumbers towards you again. It's actually going to close the distance using its action to dash, and it's going to be right there.
They just ignore the statue, I see.
Excuse me.
Damn.
Oh!
Actually, because it can roll for this an intelligence investigation
Help!
check. So let me go ahead and roll 1d20 plus. Oh,
I know you guys
geez.
like
Wait a
hanging in
minute.
the back,
-3. Okay.
shooting your bows and stuff.
Okay. It takes the long way around. It goes around that altar as much as it can. It's still able to reach where it goes because it only used about 10 feet of its movement for that dash. So
Right.
it had an additional 20 feet. So it just kind of
Thanks.
circumvented down around the bottom of it.
I was
Since
gonna cast another one right in front of it.
I would try to do anything you can that does damage.
Uh,
Psychological warfare, the
you
fiend.
watch the lizard man up top
hmm
that saw that altar appear.
At least he didn't eat the
It
other
is going to kind of look around frantically, like looking at the sky, thinking this might have been like some god or something planting this altar here, and it's going to flee away from the altar. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Nice.
It's going to move up here.
as long as he gets out of the range of the fiend, so he can't eat it to heal himself.
Yeah.
At this
Unfortunately,
point,
I am in the range of the fiend.
so this lizard man directly below Morbits is going to make
Yep.
2 attacks towards you.
All right.
So 1,
Morsel
2.
sized. 17s. Oh!
Okay. So that is first attack is this.
2 hits. All
Second
right.
attack is that. So 13.
So 15?
50 points of damage total. The second lizard man is going to, having just been attacked by 3 snakes, is going to try to stab at one of the snakes. The
I'm
one
at
to the south.
37.
It hits that snake, and it's going to make a follow-up attack on the other snake to the right. And it does not hit that snake, I believe. But let me double check that. Nope, that does not hit. No, actually that does hit. 14. I was looking at the wrong one. So it makes 2 attacks. The snakes are still alive but injured. And then the snakes go. They are going to attack the lizard men. These 3 snakes are going to attack the lizard men that just attacked them. 1, 2, 3 bites.
Ooh, one's a crit.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hopefully we can get some of these snakes to act as blockers for us.
Mm.
But they still have 10 foot. But the fiend has 10-foot reach, so.
Oh, really?
So monk, stay there.
And then I gotta
No
roll a
way.
saving throw for the poison. +1. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Alright, that lizard man is dead.
Yay. Two more
He
left.
bit twice in quick succession, and then you see just this poison foam, this venom foam out of his mouth, and his eyes start bleeding, and he just collapses.
Good riddance, you lizard man. Good riddance.
The other snakes kind of slither over the bodies here. And one is going to attack the lizard man. Does not hit. And two are going to attack the demon. Neither of them hit.
Okay.
So now it is Flint. Flint, you are up.
Look at fire a volley.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, that's a successful volley up there.
Damage 2.
Ooh, okay.
Not bad.
So that's another 15 there. Okay, would you like to move at all?
I will stay where I am, hoping that the snakes will block his approach towards me so that I can continue to volley arrows into his head.
Morbid.
Sorry, at the beginning of my turn, the first thing I do is just look at him and go, "Get out of my head! Get out of my head, you fiend!"
All right. So more bits. I need you to make a Constitution save, DC 14.
14?
Yeah, con save, DC 14.
Why are you running a D8?
I didn't roll anything yet.
She hasn't rolled yet.
That's Flint. D20 plus
remember,
con.
you also have that 1d8 inspiration too if you need it.
14.
That's what you need.
But he made the 14.
Yeah.
I made the 14.
Okay, this
Very nice.
smell just assaults your
Oh!
here. Your stomach turns slightly, and you just immediately cease all breathing through your nose. You start breathing through your mouth, and you kind of taste it, and you almost heave, but you manage to fight it back, and you are now immune to any further saving throws from this stench for 24 hours. So it is now your turn.
And it's my turn?
Yep. At the start of your turn, you make that saving throw.
Oh, you make it at the save. Okay, at the beginning. I am going to withdraw. Disengage, excuse me.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a key point to do it, use my Step of the Wind to do it as a bonus action. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move over to here.
Okay.
And then I am going to launch 2 of my fiery sunbolts at the Hezro.
All right.
And let me just mark off my spend beans here.
Move for the disengage, a Step of the Wind bonus action to actually move, and then your 2 attacks. Roll them up.
Well, plus 7.
So the
An 8 and a 16.
Okay, the 16 just hits.
Nice.
So the 8, you send a key bolt at him, and it doesn't seem to affect it. But the second one seems to strike.
7 points.
You could use that 8. You could use that D8 roll and get a 6. Oh no, you might not get a 16. I wouldn't do it
unless he rolls a 1. He's got a 14, so you can roll another D8 for that. So
It's all right. It's all right. I think I want to save it for a saving throw.
Okay.
So, or when it's trying to push me in its mouth or something like that.
All right, so that's your turn.
So I did 7 points. Yeah.
I am gonna go 1, 2, 3, 20 feet back, and I am going to cast Magic Missile. Add it. And that'll be it for it. Let me see here. It is. What's the max of magic missile I can cast?
5.
5. What if I put in the second slot? Says higher, the spell creates one more dart for each slot level.
Yep, so it's 3 normally.
Right. I'm thinking of Pathfinder.
Yeah, so, let's see here. 1d4 plus. So I get 3 d4s?
If you cast it at its normal standard spell level, yeah. 3d4 plus 3, I think.
And second it'd be 4d4 plus
So
4.
if you cap that second level, you
Yeah.
get 4 magic missiles.
Yeah, okay. I am going to use it as a 4th level. So that'll make it what? 3, 4, 5, 6.
What level is it normally?
Huh?
So it's
What level is it normally?
It is a
3.
level 1.
3 at level 1, and then 1 for every level past that. So second level would be 4. Third level it'd be 5.
Mhm.
At fourth
6.
level,
So
it'd be
64
6.
plus 6.
Plus 6.
Yeah, 6. I'm going to do the 4th level.
Okay. So 64 plus 6. Roll it up. Instant hit.
Nice.
18.
Oh,
2 ones.
Okay.
no 4s, yeah.
Okay. This thing is
Holy
assaulted
cow.
by these magical arcane blasts, and you can see now that its skin is starting to break, and this like sickly green light is emanating from inside it. It's looking like it's taking some damage.
Nice.
Don't touch that. Don't touch its blood.
No.
Touch its
Cedric,
blood. It'll turn you into one of him.
yeah, so Cedric, you're up.
Alright. Gonna use my longbow. Alright, first attack. Second attack.
Bolt it. Roll up
Nice.
your damage. All right, 17 points of damage. Nice.
He still has 1 snack in front of him.
All those snakes, too.
That's if he can grapple the snakes.
Mm. Plus me, I'm snack sized. I got out of there.
So that would you like to do anything in terms of movement, or would that be your turn?
Ashley?
Ash,
Move back.
good trick.
5 feet back. Okay. The strange green rifts all pulse again, crackling electricity around them. The beast looks down, picks up the lizard man in front of him, just grasps around his head, and again you watch it just kind of suck the life force out and shove the desiccating body into its mouth, crunching down and devouring it. It looks like it's like some of its wounds heal a little bit, but this thing is beat up at the moment, and it is nowhere near full health at the moment.
Snakes attack!
It's then going to because that's a bonus action that allows it to do that. It is going to move forward towards the. It's just going to move forward towards the only humanoid creature it can see in front of it.
Oh,
I'm going to actually.
That's a lot of attack
I'm
opportunity.
gonna say that it's going to have to make a contested athletics check if it's moving into this space to force the snake out.
Size
It
difference.
could just step on the snake, but I'm gonna see if it can.
Yeah.
How about the attack opportunity from one of the snakes?
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be taking one from the one at the top left there. So let me roll up this strength athletics here, which I think is going to go probably towards the beast. So that's the beasts, and then the snake is a big 0. Oh, natural 20. Okay. What's going to happen here is the snake wraps itself around the leg of this Hezro. One snake makes an opportunity attack, so I'll do that right now. That's going to hit.
Nice.
So I'm going to roll damage for that. I'm going to roll the. It is immune to poison, so it doesn't even take that.
Kill stealing snakes.
I guess Venom is kind of.
Yeah, that's what it's.
They simplify in D&D. Yeah.
They didn't make it two separate things.
Yeah, Venom is.
So, because it is grappled by the snake, it's going to make its attack at disadvantage towards Flint, who's standing in front of it. So Flint, this is an attack at disadvantage. It gets a multi-attack, so it's going to make the first 2 attacks. You'll take the lowest of. So 1, 2, exactly the same. What's your AC, Flint?
18.
What is it?
18.
18?
Yep.
Nice.
Then second attack. Nope. Second attack. Yes. All right. So that is its turn. Go ahead. Let me see here. Oh, the giant snakes are now going to make some attacks.
Kill the boss for us.
So we're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 6. And let me also take a look, just really quickly, at the spell.
They may not, yeah.
Please don't disappear on us. Well, the boss is almost dead.
All right. So it's a concentration spell. I'm going to roll a d20 to determine whether or not the shaman would be casting anything else beneficial to help his people escape. That would be concentration because he has a couple other ones. We'll say again 1 to 10. He is not casting anything additional. The snakes will remain. 11 to 20. He is going to be assisting his people to get out of here as soon as possible, and therefore using all means at his disposal. So you want a 1 through 10 here. Okay.
Nice.
Snakes exist and attack, so we get 6 snake bites on this fucking guy. Let's do this.
Yep.
1.
Oh yeah.
2 hits.
Nice.
So 3 hits. It's not bad.
Started strong.
Not bad. Okay, so let's do these damages. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. 17 points of damage.
Is he affected by that?
He's affected by the bites. He's not.
He's not
going to have to make the saving
damage,
throw. Yeah, the DC 12 Constitution save. He doesn't need to make that. But he does take the 17 piercing damage.
Nice.
Fortunately, because you guys have the weapons you do, your attacks are considered magical. And just as a note for Flint, when you cast that spell on these snakes, these are considered bay creatures. They're not considered beasts. So their attacks are considered magical, and they actually do damage to this creature.
Oh, nice.
This thing being assaulted on all sides now. Rose, you are up. I'm sorry, not Rose. Flint, you're up.
Does Flint need to make a save for the smell or no?
It's his turn. DC 14 con save. You are within 10 feet. Actually.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's fine.
And I'm going to also.
He,
I'm gonna roll
because
snakes,
he almost ruined my diplomacy. Payback is lovely.
snakes too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm gonna let the damage stand, but 1, 2, 3 of those snakes are now frightened of this creature.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not frightened.
Quickly.
Oh, actually,
Are they immune to poison?
I don't know if they would be because their poison was within a sac,
Oh yeah.
an isolated sac within their bodies. It's not
Yeah.
injected. No,
Yeah.
they are not immune to poison.
Oh.
So they are considered poisoned now.
At least 3 succeeded.
Yeah. So I'll just say this guy here.
So this thing's like a toad frog demon thing.
You guys went against it on my the Mad Mage campaign
So
that you guys almost died on.
We didn't almost die.
Yeah, you went against that one, but it's not the red salad. I think you guys went against the gray one.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna need that Constitution save from Flint.
Image search Hezra.
That
It looks pretty cute.
Yeah, the picture I have on the icon is straight from the monster manual.
is he on? You doing something?
I'm waiting for Flint to roll a con save.
I know, but he's not responding.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Roll,
Yep.
roll
You get a
con save.
Constitution save and throw at the beginning of your turn for being within 10 feet of this creature.
Oh, watch out there, green hair. He holds 2.
Okay. You fight off the sickening effects, and you are now considered immune to this effect for 24 hours. So
Yeah.
take your turn.
Yes, you demon. Don't I get advantage on saving throws versus him anyway? Or something? 'Cause he's my favorite.
I don't know.
I'll take a
It doesn't
look.
matter at this moment, but because you succeeded.
I guess I'll provoke attack of opportunity, but I'm going to move down to here.
Oh,
Okay. He will take a swipe at you. It does not hit.
Yes, you take a advantage on wisdom, survival checks,
Alright,
your favorite
attack
enemy, or intelligence checks to require information about them. That's it.
So one of them hits.
Yep.
can you use the bardic inspiration after you roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
Actually, so that was 13. I don't even know what his AC is, so I don't know.
His AC?
Yeah,
Pretty good if I remember.
I'll hold on. That's my turn. 13 points of damage.
Yep. Yeah, you got the one hit there. All right, more bits.
I'll just lay into. I go full attack. I'm going to spend a key point to do my flurry of blows, so I'll make 4 attacks on them, all with my orbs of radiant energy. I'll start shooting them out.
All right, roll up those attacks.
+7. 1, 2, 3. There's a good one.
There you go. You get
2 hits.
You
Yeah.
roll a
two
D8
hits.
for add one of those attack rolls.
What's its AC?
16.
That's at 12.
Nah, it's not close enough. Not close
50%.
enough. Yeah, I want to save it for the eating roll.
You gotta go through the snakes first, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Well, I'll tell you, this guy looks really beat up at this point.
So another 16 radiant energy with the 2 orbs shooting into it. 7 and 9.
Oh man.
Oof.
Okay. Okay.
And I spent another key.
Oh man. Okay. So that's your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Rose.
10, 20, 30.
Oh.
Alright, we put another 4th level magic missile.
Okay.
That's the last 4th level spell I have.
Oh, look at you. Brave Sir Robin, huh?
21.
Oh boy. Okay. These arcane missiles smash into this thing. Chunks of it are now like dripping to the floor.
Nice.
Its body's like decomposing as it's standing there almost. As pieces of it are separating, they're hitting the floor and just kind of sizzling into this black ichor that kind of spreads and stains the stonework and just kind of
That's gross.
smokes away.
Disgusting.
It is
That is
standing
totally
there,
gross.
Hideous.
looking at you with fury and blood in its eyes. Cedric, you're up.
What
Yep.
the hell?
It's covered in snakes.
Where's the bard? What is the bard doing?
The bard's running, and the
Bard's
ranger,
running away?
and the
No,
ranger are running.
I'm
That-
casting
yeah,
magic
it's
missile.
Tactical
at it.
retreat. It's a tactical retreat. You know, he's
Tactical
attacking
retreat.
as he's going
I
back.
don't want to smell it.
And since I moved, I can do one attack, I think, right?
You can do. You can do.
No,
your,
they're separate. You still get your
Yeah.
full check. Yeah.
yeah, you just use your move action.
Here's the first one.
Nice. Oh.
Oh.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Criticals.
Roll that other attack just because I want to see.
Oh,
Okay, they both hit.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll the critical
This one
damage.
is
That's
double.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So double the dice roll.
Finish him.
So critical damage is what?
2d8.
Double all the dice.
2d8s for that arrow.
Yeah, 2d8 plus whatever.
That's if she has a longbow.
He
If
has
you
a
use short
longbow.
bow,
She's using the longbow.
she has a lot of weapons. I only had 2 weapons. Yeah.
Well, he gave us. Well, Billy gave us.
I only
2,000
got one.
gold.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Oh, I missed that, but I don't need money.
less, because money weighs a lot.
Yeah, I just give it away to the poor turtles of the world.
save the turtles.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. And roll up your
And-
second damage.
Plus, the second damage is going to be more.
Oh, yeah, it will be. That's how it works.
It's not going to be double, though.
No, it won't be.
No, it's not.
Oh, damn. 2
Okay,
months in
so,
a row. What? This roller is as bad as the MTG Reader Shuffler.
As a little low.
Cedric, you draw your bow, you fire one shot, hits it square in the chest, and it kind of
Nice.
reels back. How would you like to finish this with this final
Oh
shot?
yeah.
How would I like to finish this?
Yes. In what way do you make your final strike upon this beast?
Shoot it
Go ahead and
straight-
describe the finishing blow.
Shoot it straight in the head.
Yes, in the brain.
If
Yep.
it has one.
It's right
Right.
between the eyes. Headshot.
I'm
Yep.
still screaming, get out of
You
my
look at
head!
this thing and raise your bow, and you hear in your mind, "Wretched mortals, I shall destroy." And as you
Oh.
hear that, you release, and the arrow flies into its face, directly between the eyes, punctures through, and you see just a kind of mist pop out the back of its head.
Oh yeah.
At this point, the snake at its leg kind of slithers up a little bit further, and it just collapses on the ground, and the snakes kind of writhe on top of it,
Ugh,
biting at its
gross.
mobile body. As it slowly begins to turn into a black Icarus sludge, steaming and bubbling, any of the snakes that are caught in it writhe and are pretty much immediately killed. They have 11 health. As the body decomposes and the ichor spreads, you feel a slight trembling in the ground as one by one those green rifts kind of pop out of existence. They just fizzle out.
Nice.
As the room loses its green glow and all that's left is the light spell cast upon the staff and a
Yep.
torch you may have dropped.
The torch is gone. So.
The glowing statue.
Yeah, it's like on the ground,
And
just
the
sizzling out.
glowing, and over
You
the
can
glowing illusion statue too.
You watch the creature, the lizard folk that fled up to the north, just desperately tries to escape, and as he runs by one of these little portal things, it crackles and pops in its final closing, and just kind of incinerates the corpse, incinerates the body, leaving no corpse, as they all fizzle out of existence.
One last soul sent to the abyss.
You take a few minutes to ensure that the threat is indeed neutralized. You don't find any other residual remnants at all of this creature, and as you trek out, you find a couple corpses of lizard men, but you don't see the shaman anywhere. You don't see the beast master anywhere. The basilisk is gone.
There you go.
Well, good for them.
They can go murder some villagers now.
It takes a little while
to work your way back out. Oh my god, that's so terrible.
It takes a little while to work your way back out, but you do
After
do
he said that,
fairly thorough check.
I stare at Rose with death gaze.
Just for the hell of it, how about you all just roll an investigation check for me as you guys are heading out?
We do a quick investigation.
Yeah.
We don't want to dig in this muck too long. It's kind of gross and stinky down here.
1d20.
I just get the d20 straight up.
9. Woo!
A 9 too.
All right, Cedric.
Oh, you got a +7.
You
wow.
are the only one that notices. Cedric's the only one that notices as you are leaving. She spots in one of the previous chambers a small hatch, a secret door.
Oh yeah.
Within which you find an altar, which contains a number of interesting items. There's an amulet, a cloak, a belt, and a small little gem attached to a chain. You gather these up for your own reward. You head back to the village, assure them that the danger is no more. They reward you themselves on top of the reward that you are promised from your employer, who is the leader of this mercenary group. So you receive hero's praise from them. You receive your reward from the guild leader, your mercenary guild leader, and you also find that the items you have are quite magical. The 4 items you found. If in the future you ever have need for them, I will certainly tell you what they do.
We can get back.
At this time, you have emerged victorious from this cursed swamp through some interesting choices
team.
and avoiding a lot of area in the temple. You have survived.
Thanks to me.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to reveal the rest of the map. I'm just going to reveal the whole map.
Oh, nice.
What you could have done. So if you guys want to zoom out and see what you have now.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
Okay. So,
kind of beeline south from the first fork, sort of.
Yeah. So this is what you'd be looking at.
Oh, nice. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Another basilisk. Oh, this would basically.
I'll tell you, if you guys had continued after you fell down that pit and you opened the door, if you had continued through that door, there were 3 giant toads, and you're going to get assaulted by 2 ghosts that were going to specter out of the walls.
Oh, that's nasty.
Who are remnants of the victims of that trap. So you can see the 2 ghosts that are like off the map, kind of under number 3. Yeah. Totally. If it was just you 2, that would have been fucking horrible.
We would have just been aged out.
Yeah, you would have been possessed, aged out, and eaten by frogs.
I have a question. What's that top room right there?
That top room? It's actually a dead end. That's a refuse pile. That's where you would find a ton of shit. Just like literal excrement everywhere.
Good thing the diplomacy to get through all of these.
Yeah.
Through the frog room.
We wouldn't be finished right now, but I think we could have. I had enough healing. Between the 2 rangers, we had enough healing spells. We could have gotten through all of them. Because
Bard's got some healing.
Yeah.
So
I got a potion too.